What is this? Okay, good. It looks like I just milked nothing. I should probably not do that in town. Just like jack off in the town square. Hey, how's it going? Whoa, whoa! What the fuck is this? Got him! I've just been drifting around, being led by circumstances. No, that's not right. In Ave, you helped Bart when he needed it. I can't keep a fucking straight face, this awful writing. Drifting, kind of like me. Holy shit. Oh no! Oh, we're not quite dead yet. Don't worry though, I have a telescope equipped. The sprite tells me it's a lady, but the face tells me it's a man. Do that Dr. Girlfriend voice. Yesterday my stove caught on fire. I thought the whole house was gonna burn down. You, they're ugly, kid. Every kid is ugly. What? These aren't special in any way. There goes the potion! Oh! It's a perfect fit. Oh! Ooh! Well, that's gonna be a problem. 24 people have died. We might not finish the campaign now. Oops. I never equipped the chainsaw. I never equipped the chainsaw! Oh my god. I didn't stab that man with a chainsaw. I just made chainsaw noises as I hit him with an axe. Holy fuck, I'm an idiot. Oh, he'll have the key for sure. Police! Nobody move! Like I kicked his knee bone or something.
Are you blind? What in God's... I mean, better luck next time.
Armor broken, what the fuck? Just kicked that boar and my clothes exploded. Arcanum. Damn it. Stop. You totally fucked it up. Well, you fucked me, dog. We're not getting in now. You blew it, old man. Holy shit, you blew it. Wow, and it's just his face. Oh. No. I can't take you seriously when your planet's called Choco. Welcome to Choco, keep your nose clean. Is your planet named after candy? Spell shit in hindsight. That went pretty good. What the hell is this? It says the sacrifice of fire is the gate to ruin. Place torch if you crave the void. Okay.
Terrors may indeed stalk these shadows, but yonder, a glint of gold.
I fucked that up. A whole bunch. I just need to remember what my save was. It was day 22.
11:51? No, 12:03. Let's get in there. And we are... We're trying to help this hooker, so this other hooker will help us. And someone told me that I never went inside the Art and Curio Galleria.
I'm gone.
Hey, Ray. So why the fuck do I need to go in there? Alright, she's a robot. She needs the keys, and that dude wants something. Merriman's memory. He suggested water from the river Styx. Alright, we need water from the river Styx.
All right.
Alright, I need like a curator here. Before you is a well-dressed elderly woman in a gown of peach-colored and golden thread. She stands quietly, her hands folded together primly, and nods in your direction. It's then that you notice she has no pupils. Her eyes are entirely white. Greetings, sir. I am Ivana. Welcome to my galleria. Feel free to look about, spending as much time here as you like. Should you have questions regarding any of the pieces, do not hesitate to ask me of them. I did. One moment, sir. Your voice. It's heavy with age and wounds. Would you be so kind as to permit me to touch your face? You're just in time, teabagging. We're gonna get touched in our face. You're at fucking ground zero. She smiles, gently running her old hands over the skin of your face. She frowns, looking slightly puzzled. So many scars, both old and new. They seem to... She touches the side of your throat, flushes, and pulls away. Pardon me, sir. I was curious to see how far they went. You don't know, you'll have to follow the treasure trail all the way down. They're everywhere. I had some questions. Can you see? I believe she's blind by choice, and not from really. Your friend's quite correct, sir. Yeah, she's a succubus. She sucked the answer out of you. I cannot see, but only because I do not wish to. In time, I will allow my vision to return so that I can re-experience the contents of my galleria with the benefit of new, fresh eyes. That's fucked up. Do you know Ravel Puzzle well? She's a night hag, one of the eldest Grey Sisters of the Waste, who came to Sigil many centuries ago to pursue arcane experiments. It was believed that these experiments were against the lady's will, and that Ravel was thus banished from Sigil, imprisoned within one of the lady's mazes on the ethereal, where her body rests to this very day. Go on. Ravel was said to be a master of riddles and puzzles, but it was believed that one riddle, one question in particular, was said to have plagued the ancient night hag. What can change the nature of a man? York Peppermint Patty? Or was it a Klondike? I think it's a Klondike. She issued a challenge to anyone who were interested. She promised to instruct any who came to her in her craft if they could only answer the question to her satisfaction. If they could not, they consented to be her next meal. Many died coveting Ravel's teachings, and it is believed that until her final hours in Sigil, Ravel never discovered the answer to her questions. Her crime was believed to be some means of trying to shatter the cage, trying to crack open Sigil itself for some unknown reason. That's all I know of her, okay. I had a question about one of the pieces. One of the paintings? Sure. I haven't visited anything in your museum. She called my bluff. A painting of a tall black cliff against a blood-red sky. There looks to be figures hiding amongst the crags of the cliffs, but whenever you squint at the painting to try to make them out, the images fade into nothing. A placard reads, Outland Raiders. Everyone's favorite football team. A massive horn of beaten lead, wound with brazen chains. The horn is horribly mangled, as if some tremendous force had crushed it. Jagged blades protrude along its length, almost as if it were meant to be used as a club by some gigantic creature, as well as battle horn. A placard mounted beneath the horn reads, Cleansing Horn of Acheron. Sure, why not, right? Let's just blow in the horn. No, let's not be fucking rude to the blind lady. What's this? A brilliant ruby statuette stands on this pedestal, carved into the image of a winged humanoid. The feature is either demonic or angelic in nature, but it's difficult to tell which because it refracts the light of the gallery strangely. There's no placard indicating what the fuck it is, okay? The surface of this painting, a wild collage of vivid colors, ripples constantly, as if there were the surface of a pond during a light rain. The placard reads, Wave Motion Study 7, do not touch it. What's this? The statue looks like it's about to make some angry proclamation. The sculptor has captured the essence of fury magnificently. The chiseled tension lines around the neck and forehead alone must have taken many long months to get to correct. Fine cracks run over the entire statue, and there's a plaquette attached to its base. Hello? The plaquette reads, "This statue is believed to be the final fate of the Ethersian sorcerer Gangrogigan. Attacked by a conclave of rival sorcerers at the height of his dream madness. He was imprisoned with a spell that turned his flesh into stone." We have some Gugon for that. Gangrohedon is said to have been frozen with a final awful curse still upon his lips, a curse so terrible that it was never meant to be spoken by the lips of a living man. I have the salve for that, but let's not break all of her fucking exhibits. Do you have anything that's not, like, a monkey paw? This is a portrait of a grotesque hook-nosed old crone. The hag's flesh is a sickly blue-gray color. Her eyes glow red like the embers of a dying fire. Her chin, long and sharp, juts forward in an extreme underbite. Two yellowed canines protrude upwards from her lower jaw like small tusks. The smile upon her withered purplish lips speaks of a horrible secret. A placard reads, "The Grey Hag of Oinos," which I briefly read as the Grey Hag of Ohio. As you turn away from the painting, something in it draws your attention. A strange tingling sensation arises in the back of your mind. Well, I don't touch the painting this way, so think about it. Wow, 300 experience. You recall standing, confused, in a maze of briars. The hideous crone from the painting is before you, cackling wildly. You grit your teeth in frustration, wondering why she's laughing at you. "My poor, dear, lovely man-thing," she croons. "Why, that was your first wish." She points a single bony-clawed finger at your forehead. Your temples begin to throb painfully, and you can remember nothing more. It's kind of hard to look at shit when there's 6 of us. Get out of the fucking way, guys. All right, you know what? Everybody else can wait at the entrance. I'll do it myself.
I'm gone.
This looks to be a subterranean landscape, a massive cavern interior filled with colorful, faintly luminescent, gigantic fungi. A placard reads, "Veil beneath Clangadin." This painting is a dark cityscape, a faraway view of some giant center of civilization being burned to the ground. The streets of the place are empty, however, absent of soldiers, refugees, or even corpses. A placard reads, "The Folly of Udo." I think this is the wall from Earthbound. Hello? The hundreds of chips of translucent green glass which make up this stained glass window don't appear to be held together by anything, but rather remain free-floating and mysteriously suspended within the iron frame's boundaries. The shards ripple and move in slow waves, causing bizarre patterns to fluctuate across the window's surface as various portions of it refract the gallery's light in different directions. A small placard beside the window reads, "Arcadian stained glass window. Do not touch it." Fuck. No wonder the museums have those signs. Well, there wasn't a sign, so we'll touch everything. This painting shows an enormous granite keep, a hideous thing, long and low, covered in leering gargoyles, suspended in what looks to be a night sky. A cloud of crimson and violet vapor whirls in the background along the right side of the painting. A placard reads simply, "The library." This painting depicts a shore scene with a wide reddish-orange sun, setting behind a peninsula or large jetty. The scene, though unoriginal, is breathtaking. The play of the day, fading daylight across the water, is captured perfectly, but staring at the painted sun for any length of time makes your eyes ache. A placard reads, "Surface of Thalassia. Do not fucking touch it." A set of 4 paintings which portray an empty beach in the dead of night. The air around the painting smells faintly of brine, and the painted sea seems to ebb and flow across the darkened shore. A placard reads, "Kara Suthran shoreline. Do not smell it. Huff and paint fumes." What's this? Several shards of black crystal or ice swirl within the freezing wind of this ornate pedestal gives forth. Each shard looks razor sharp. Touching or grabbing one could be perilous. A placard on the pedestal reads, "Dark birds of Ocanthus." Oh, whoops. As you reach out to grab one of the whirling shards, your fingers enter the icy wind that rises from the pedestal. Instantly, a coat of numbing frost forms around them, causing you to momentarily draw back. Alright, just don't do that. Now we can ask her about the weird shit she's got here. An animated, bloody iron chain coiling and uncoiling upon itself. The chain itself seems to bend and weave like the spine of a snake. A small placard reads, "A chitin's animate chain from Jangling Hider. Do not touch it." This painting, an abstract work of greens and purples, writhes and ripples as it's watched. Closer examination reveals that the actual painted image is changing rather than the canvas itself. A placard states, Moment's glance from the walls of Mokama. Do not touch it. This painting shows what looks to be an infinitely long stream of bilious green gas stretching out into darkness. The horizon of a blasted rocky plain can be seen in the lower right-hand corner of the painting. One's given the impression that the head of the green cloud is rearing to strike down upon it. The placard reads, Hazazoth at the consumption of Ngar. That's a risky word. A sensate. They're fucking everywhere. I wanted to talk about... some questions about your shit. Which one of these is made out of the river Styx? The stained glass window? A stained glass window found hovering on the third layer of Arcadia 32 years ago, foretelling a scene that had yet to occur. When the event came to pass, the images faded to leave what you saw behind. It's believed to have captured both the light and the darkness from an orb of night and day on Arcadia, then slowly release it, creating a brief but slow fade of dawning and dusk, but only within the glass itself. Orb of day and what? Hello? Arcadia is a plane of peaceful order, also known as the land of perfect good. The orb of night and day is a sphere set in the top of Arcadia's highest peak. Each half emits either light or darkness. The turning of the orb gives it... okay, we call that a... Well, I guess not a sun. I had a question about another piece. The battle horn? The cleansing horn. A horn of beaten lead, metal drawn directly from the cube of Acheron. It's said that the cleansing horn last sounded where the companies of the Jackal and the Gouged Eye clans met for their battle at the disputed lands. Legends tell us that the horn's power was used near the battle's end to draw the floating cubes together, crushing the routing company of the Jackal before it could escape. What? Acheron is a plane of harshly enforced order, where conformity is more important than good. It's composed of gigantic metallic cubes which float through an endless void. Many cubes are large enough that cities or entire kingdoms have been built upon their faces. Okay, so maybe don't blow on that. The dark birds of Ocanthus.
Updated my journal.
All of them are chipped. I see river Styx right here. All of them are chipped from one of the great magical sheets of black infinite ice that rests in the black belly of the plain of Ocanthus. She pauses, tapping her chin. It's said that this sheet of ice is the final destination of the river Styx, and that the recollections of all that have plunged into the Styx's memory-destroying water still lie frozen within the ice. If waters from the Styx destroy one's memories, would this ice from Ocanthus do the same? I can only assume so. I need to get some water from it. Let me ask about another piece. Ruby statuette? That piece was found in a cathedral in the fertile fields of Elysium on the first layer, Amoria the Untroubled, where it bordered the river Oceanus. The name of the piece is not the river Oceanus. You can't call a river that. The name of the piece is not known, but the skill and craftsmanship are believed to be one of the most striking examples of gem crafting in the plains. The mere way in which the piece captures, distills, and enhances the light through its facets is part of its breathtaking wonder. It seems to bring to light the possible ideological connections between even the most evil and the purest beings in the multiverse. Fascinating indeed. Tell me about the weird whip thing we're next to. The chain comes from the city of the Jangling Hider, the city of chains that hangs on Minoros, third layer of Baator. The chains there are the finest in the multiverse, but the inhabitants of Jangling Hider are malicious and cruel, using the chains as living weapons against all that enter the city and violate their laws. Chitons move about the city as chains and spiders upon webs, adorned in chains woven tightly around their bodies. Chitons possess a power known as the Gift of Chains, which allows them to manipulate chains with their minds. It's believed that my Galleria's chain was animated during a battle in which the chiton controlling it was slain with a cursed hammer, its life essence then passing into the chain itself. Wacky. The statue of the Screaming Man? Well, this statue is believed to be the final... Oh, right, this is the guy that I might be able to thaw out. A little risky if I pour the gluagon on him. It's said that the fury of the curse was enough to blister the flesh from the bones of those that heard it, and that it could even shatter the stones themselves. One of the paintings, I don't care too much about these paintings. Where can I find work here? I'm afraid that I don't go far from the Galleria. Alright, well, fuck you. How do we get these birds? Also, let's rub some goo on this statue. She didn't seem to have a problem with me wanting to touch stuff. Examine the cracks. You carefully examine the cracks that run like a network of fine black veins along the statue's surface. At one point near its inner arm is a section where an entire splinter of stone looks ready to come off. Okay. You reach for a section of the forearm where the cracks have grip it firmly and yank to no avail. You'll need a hammer to break the stone, and a small one. The limited space between the statue's arm and the body means a large one suitable for combat, won't work. I have goo for you. Why can't I goo you? I have a fiend's tongue. Did I give it to somebody else? Not her. She just showed up. A pry bar is too big. The hammer is too big. I fucking swear that I bought some, like, de-medusing goo. Am I an idiot? Did that not happen?
I'm
All right.
gone.
I need some of this River Styx shit. Touch one. Yeah, okay. Place your finger back in and touch one. You thrust your finger into the frigid, numbing wind. Unbeknownst to you, your forefinger freezes solid. As one of the black shards spins into it, your fingertip breaks off with a sharp crack and goes skittering across the gallery of floor. The icy darkbirds remain in their whirling orbit as you wait for your fingertip to grow back. Leave. Hope no one saw that. You don't think I bought the salve? That would be the best solution.
I'm gone.
Well, well, Fall from Grace or whatever it is you call yourself now. Truly a pleasure to see you here. Apparently, the hooker knows the pawn shop owner. What do I owe the honor of your visit? I thought that you rarely trafficked among our kind anymore. Or is your assignment here almost finished? I do not know what assignment you're referring to, Vrishika, although your presence here brings with it many questions. Last I had heard, you were a standard bearer for the company of the Vulture. How did you come to Sigil? She replies curtly, firing a question back like an arrow. By choice. And you? Where will your orders take you next? She suddenly turns to you. You see, little man. Vrishika smiles as if savoring the words. The best temptress is one that can make you buy into the illusion of being both promiscuous yet virtuous at the same time. A prostitute priestess, as it were. Mistress Grace is among the greatest. She turns to Fall from Grace. Are you not? You would not think that a 1,000 years of slavery had left their scars now? Fall from Grace speaks with a coldness you've never heard before. The air almost becomes ice as she dissects Vrishika with her gaze. That's enough. Very well. Though you're the ones who came into my emporium. Yes? Welcome back. Here to buy. I am. I need the goo. Was it too expensive? The baby oil. Oh, never mind. It's made out of babies. Show me the back. Stained lens, the ring, the rune covered. I think we need this. I think we need that to hold the ice birds. Look back to the middle. Is it the jug? No, it's got a monster in it. Might be one of those things I accidentally dropped to make room for stuff. Oh, I don't like that. I don't like the answer to that at all. Okay. Front of the store. Baby oil. Okay, back of the store. Lens, ring, doll. Okay, shit.
Done.
If I dropped it, where would I have fucking dropped it?
Done.
It would either be in the lawyer's office or it'd be somewhere in the sensate. I don't like this story where I dropped shit. Just go inside, Jesus.
Done.
How am I even short on space? Everybody had loads of room. Is this the farthest you've ever played? The last time I played this game, Fat Cow, I gave up in the
All right.
mortuary because there was too much reading. That was like 10 years ago. It was like run a little janky on me. Did I drop anything in here? No. Where the hell would it be then? So the fest hall or the brothel are the only other places I really went to last week. No, I was in the market, wasn't I? If I walked all the way to the market in the lower ward, I don't know where the fuck I could have dropped it.
Done.
Okay, so we walked here to check our room, and then we went to the private sensoriums. Those are the only rooms we came to here. No, nothing here.
Done.
Yeah, I don't know where the hell that salve could have been then. I bought the salve. There was some item juggling when I got my legacy. That's about it. Can you escort me to the private sensorium?
All right.
I didn't open this. What is it? That's where I think that's just where he keeps his candy wrappers. Okay. The mystery of the Gorgon salve thickens. From the like... I slept there last week, Nick, if you're talking about this. Or is there a locked door that's just for me? I was using, like, the hotel version. I don't think we need to... I don't think we need the undersigil. The tailor?
I'm gone.
Thought I was juggling shit here to buy the costume. I guess not. Maybe this salve just looks very common. But if I had it, I would have had the option to use it. Heart charm. Charms. Let's put these charms on my hotbar so I can sell these. Heart charm, clot charm. I have a lot of clot charms actually if I find myself in danger. Oh, a healing scroll. 33 hit points. Holy shit. Deva's tears, which are for something. Oh, right. Calms people down. Okay. Charms. Charms, Burke. It's worthless. Pouch. Hammer. Ignis's Fireball. Is your default attack just a ranged? Wow. Alright, I don't think it's hiding in anybody's inventory. Undersigil. Finn and the Linguist. Alright, I guess, yeah, let's go see our room, see if I have any incarnation shit. Did I sell it to someone? I don't know.
I'm gone.
We're gonna move on in a moment. I don't want to waste all my time with this Gorgon salve. Oh, it's that kind of curse? So is this where I live?
All right.
On the right. This door is locked. Is this my room? I'm guessing it's filled with sweet shit. Ooh. Scroll of Shield. This spell summons a global force that protects the caster from physical attacks. It bestows AC 3 to all attacks for 25 seconds per level, which is... that's several minutes. So is that bonus AC 3 or AC 3? Usable only by mages still. A neat spell. Friends will sell, blindness will sell. What's this? You see a small enclosed patio. Why can't I open the door in my own fucking secret room? What's this?
Forced it.
Oh, I'm in. A dodecahedron. This heavy dodecahedron, about the size of both your fists balled together, seems inexplicably familiar to you. Its texture is cold and smooth, but whether it's metal or stone, you cannot tell. A certain almost intangible tension runs over the object, as if it were ready to spring into the air at any moment. Well, come on in to my inventory. Fire and Ice by Mr. Martin. What is this? A level 5 wizard. A red sphere of fire and a blue sphere of ice shall streak forth and quickly strike down the target of your choosing. This spell summons 2 crystal spheres, one red, one blue, that strike a specified target. Upon impact, the red sphere explodes in a fireball, 30 feet. Okay, everybody in range, and the blue sphere explodes in the same. Okay, so that's 6 to 36 damage. And they take damage no matter what. They have to resist it to just take half damage. So that is pretty fucking delightful. I'll swap it with this handkerchief I stole from a hooker. Not too shabby. It can hit my guys. I have no illusions about that, Nick, but we might find ourselves in a situation where I used Cloud Kill. Like I can go into the room by myself and just fire and ice. You just fire that one off. Snape kills Dumbledore. They get all shocked. They don't want to finish the book. Copy to book. Oh, well, let's see what this does. It was in my secret cupboard. Whoops. Let's touch it. The heavy dodecahedron. Examine it closely. Upon closer examination, you realize these are loafers. Each side of the dodecahedron is a plate that can be twisted clockwise or counterclockwise. Oh, this is some Circle of Zerthman shit. It appears to be a puzzle box or combination lock. As each of the pentagonal plates has 5 possible positions, the dodecahedron has no less than 244,140,625 settings. It would take every second of the next 77 odd years to hit all the combinations, but then you might just get lucky. Like with 22 wisdom, go for it. As you methodically twist the cold gray facets of the dodecahedron, a strange sensation forms at the base of your skull. Your hands seem to move of their own accord, turning the object and spinning its facets with mechanical precision. You've done this before. You knew the combinations once. And you also become aware that there's a certain danger within the object. Whether it's from simple traps or something less mundane, though, you cannot recall. Well, keep doing it. In moments, you have what might be the first 4 sides locked into their proper places. As you begin to twist the 5th side of the dodecahedron, you recall a cunning blade trap that would snap out to lash at a meddler's hands, slashing the wrist and severing fingers. You avoid the trap with the proper number of rotations, certain that you've made progress. After avoiding the dodecahedron's springing blades, you slowly puzzle out the next series of facet positions. As you start to turn the 9th side of the dodecahedron, you suddenly remember a second trap, jets of toxic gas that would form a billowing cloud of lethal corrosive vapor around a curious meddler. You circumvent the trap with the correct amount of twists, positive that you've nearly unlocked it. Okay. You circumvent the dodecahedron's poisonous gas trap and begin your work on the final facet positions. Just as you're locking the 12th pentagon into place, you recollect sorcerous runes hidden within the dodecahedron that would blast the unwitting holder with bolts of magical lightning. After disarming the traps with the correct number of facet rotations, the dodecahedron clicks and begins to open in your hands. It splits once, twice, and eventually unfolds itself impossibly into a perfectly rectangular tablet the size of a large book. Etched onto its surface are a series of bizarre symbols. It looks to be a code or language that you feel you should be familiar with, but it's not. Further examination of the tablet reveals that, by twisting the pentagonal facets that are now upon the underside of the tablet, different pages may be displayed across the tablet's face. You finally realize that the dodecahedron is a tome or journal of some sort. Until I learn to read this language, I'll put it away.
My journal.
Updated my journal. Saw some moon speak. Alright, things I don't really care about. The junk. The letter from my ex-wife. The key. We'll sell that. Give it to her. She'll be in charge of holding shit we sell. Cobblestone can go in your mouth. The vapenation pipe I want to hang on to. Give all your charms to the nameless one. Including these stupid ones. Cranium rat charms, too. This is a charm as well, then, isn't it? No, it's just a tail, which we really should just get rid of. Charms? Any charms hiding from me? No. No, no, no. Okay. Heart charm, blood charm. All right, there's some stuff here we can sell. Most of these charms, since I never use them. I have 27 clot charms. I think that'll be enough for any danger we get into. Heals 9 hit points. All right, let's go to... Oh, right, the scrolls. Give these scrolls, and we'll sell the scrolls too, so just give those to Anna. I think I already know Pacify, so not the end of the world there. I guess it is kind of silly that there's a lot of mage-specific stuff, Thomas, but on the upside, I am a mage, so it's really working out. I want to keep shield, I think. I'll keep shield, but I'll sell blindness. It's like a cool $1,000, and I think that might give us enough to buy the puzzle cube. Who's the merchant? I guess the merchant here would be the tailor, which sold weird Anna shirts. Like she commissions them here for her cosplay conventions. Or the apothecary is a merchant as well.
All right.
Taylor's closer. I swore I was making room for that guy with the costumes and I dropped it on the ground, but maybe not.
Done.
I had some questions. I would like to trade. Already has some clothes for Fall from Grace. Memorize 3 additional spells. Holy shit. Increases regeneration. Conclaves took great care in enchanting the weave of this particular piece of clothing. Not only does it clean itself and repair minor tears, its magic will slowly heal Fall from Grace. That's fucking incredible. And he doesn't want to buy any of my stuff, though. So this salve is maybe at the fucking apothecary. This sucks. I'm gonna have to go and watch the last stream after this one so I can figure out what the fuck I did with that salve. Yeah, I won't solve the puzzle cube, but I will. We'll just get it in our inventory so we don't lose it. Like this fucking salve. I'd like to buy something. Where the hell is it? It's not here. Hey, he doesn't want to buy my charms. What the fuck is with this district? Oh, she's a merchant too. That's right. Hopefully she still buys stuff because they have some sort of like hooker feud going on, her and Fall from Grace. We need to make enough money to buy that beer stein. Here to buy something? I am. Weapons and charms. Hammer. Divine Censer. Heart of the Festerer. Huh. Teeth of the Fire Drake, which I'm nowhere near affording, but those will be delightful. 1 to 6 plus 3 to 8. Might also be able to throw them into danger, like when we see something that breathes fire, Mort can just go solo it. Alright, sell this. Keep the Fiend's Tongue. We don't need that. That's just Magic Missile. Bone Charms I don't care about. Vape Nation. We can get rid of that. You know what? I never use charms, so only the super valuable ones will hang on to. Actually, heart charms might be really strong. Sell that, sell that. Negative token protects us from spirits, so get these cranium rats out of the way. I fucking hate them. Deva's Tears makes people happy. Okay. Alright. What's this ring do? Plus 3 save versus poison. That might come in handy. What does Merc do? We don't know what Black Sphere is. Now I could teach identify like Ignis or Dakan, but no, just sleep. Just fucking sleep if that comes up. What is a blood fly charm? Maybe that was really stupid of me to sell. Increases regeneration. Yeah, that might have came in handy actually. What's the divine sensor? Invoked. Okay, I thought that was maybe something for fall from grace. Angelus eye. I mean, we made some money, but not a lot of money.
I'm gone.
All right, the shit with the Gorgon salve, no clue what I did with it. I need that Stein. How much do you want for it? 299 coppers. I'll take it. Yep, the coins disappear. Good. Farewell.
Done.
Then we just like stuff one of those statues
All
into a
right.
mug and it should become a tasty beverage for Merriman. Who's anything but fucking crybaby asshole. All
I'm
right.
gone.
Catch one in your frost ale mug. Man, imagine how surprised I would be if I just had the mug. I'd give it the old classic TTA. What? You dip the mug into the icy wind rising from the pedestal, catching a small shard with a slight clang. Peering into the mug, you can see that the dark bird is a razor-sharp sliver of black ice. Only the mug's magical properties prevent the shard from melting away to nothing. Okay. Well, I'm just gonna sneak out before she notices I stole from her.
Done.
So yeah, the only place that salve could be, unless I put it in one of the hooker's dressers, like I was full on inventory that way, is I either sold it in the lower ward market or I dropped in the lower ward market. Take this mug. It holds a dark bird of Ocanthus, a sliver of ice from the river Styx. It should wipe your memories clean. Or I could just beat him to death. Whoops. He takes the mug and removes the piece of paper from his pocket. He tilts the mug back and takes the ice into his mouth. It melts instantly, leaving him with a somewhat startled expression. Merriman?
Updated my journal.
12th, holy shit. He looks at you confused, then at the paper in his hands. He reads aloud. Congratulations, Merriman. You've begun again. Thank the man in front of you and give him the key in your pocket. Speak to Splinter, the man at the door to this building, for more information. He looks to you again. Well, it would seem I owe you thanks, good sir. Here, take this key. I'd best find the Splinter fellow and find out what's going on. Imagine if the game stopped right here, and then you had to play Merriman. I don't know who I am. I've lost my memory. He doesn't regenerate, though. Be careful. I'm kind of impressed at how long they hold on to the shit from my previous incarnations. Like, how long would it have been? Well, actually, no. If I had a room at the fest hall because of Dianar, that was probably like within 100 years. But still, like, they just hang on to things for me for centuries. It's like, oh yeah, you're the guy. Here's your thing. All right,
I'm
this
gone.
key should help solve her crybaby problems, Delora. I had the keys to your heart. Here they are.
Updated my journal.
Just a casual 30,000. At last. As she takes the keys from your grasp, her hand brushes against yours. Her skin is dry, but icy to the touch, like cold metal. These will be of great use to me, thank you. Wonderful. Remember, you were going to help me with, Echo.
Updated my journal.
Her name is Echo, her voice, and in fact her every means of communication was stolen and destroyed. Echo's words once wooed away the paramour of the godling Paramisha. Paramisha, in a jealous rage, tore away Echo's voice, sealed it within a crystal vial, and hurled it into a mega... Yeah, that thing. Her voice is lost forever to her. Only another new voice could return her to her ability. Okay, so the fiend's tongue. Do you know where the scent and the veil is?
Updated my journal.
I have not seen Marissa's veil since she last wore it outside her chambers. That was some time ago. She shuts her eyes for a moment and speaks again. Nenny sees much of what goes on here. You might do well to ask her if she's seen anything that might help you. Okay. And then the stink?
Updated my journal.
I'll assume you mean her personal scent, which she alleges has been stolen from her by one of the prostitutes here. I do not know with whom it now rests. You may wish to ask Nenny. All right, Nenny's the snitch. How could someone's scent be stolen, by the way? Vivian utilizes an aspect of the art to create, change, and enhance the olfactory aspects of an object, living or dead. Perhaps the thief knows some of these skills as well. Her scent would have to rest in an object, however, not on the thief. Were that the case, else Vivian would know them by their smell. All right, let's go give... Well, actually, let's solve this hooker-thief mystery. I'm surprised they didn't just fire Echo if she doesn't talk. All right, we're looking for hooker clues, aren't we? Where I put that salve. All right, wouldn't be it. It would be something that I had to break open. So if it's locked, that means I haven't been in there yet. Well, finder's fee.
Done.
Try here. You're gonna talk shit to me while I'm right here. I'm just gonna barge around your inventory. Oh man. Oh. They're into that. Where the hell's Nemi? There she is. Well met, good sir. Yes, some questions. Do you know where the scent is? Did you take it? Oh, I just can't. I can't say anything bad about anyone. I'm just not good at it. It's not bad to point out a thief. Prostitute? Oh, I don't know if she's a thief. She bites her lip and looks at you with pleading eyes as she just wishes you'd leave the topic alone. Why don't you try and say something not nice about her? Oh, all right. Oh, I dislike her very, very much. She pauses for a moment and looks at you out of the corner of her eyes, gauging your reaction. Was that very convincing? No. I knew I wouldn't be any good at this. Do you know how hard it is to say bad things about someone? Why don't you practice on me? Ooh. I suppose I could try, you big, mean, nasty brute. She puts her hands on her hips. Meanie. Put more accent on. I suppose she could just lay into me here. She clamps her hands over her mouth, looking shocked. Oh, I couldn't. I mustn't. How does one hit somebody anyways? Go ahead. Just go for it. She slaps you and you barely feel it. She still looks shocked and frightened. She hurts you. I'm sorry. Did that hurt? It didn't hurt. Don't break character. Show me what you've got. Oh. She draws her tiny frame to its full height, balls her hands into fists, puts them on her hips, and scrunches up her face in a cute scowl. Oh, damn be you. You deserve that for all the indignities you put me through. Going out late at night, getting into fights and getting all scarred up. What are the kids going to think? Oh, don't you exit at me like I'm some back licker looking for your approval. I'm my own woman. And this woman's about to walk out of your life unless she gets some solid commitment. Okay. She punches you and you barely feel it. Take this. She punches you again. And this. She punches you again, promptly turning into a little fist-flailing whirlwind. All right, fuck off. That was easier than I thought. Yeah, no shit. All right, now I taught her to rough up her johns. Well, it's not my problem. I'm the madam in my party. I'm sure she'll do better next time. All right, I have a few questions now about the scent.
Updated my journal.
I saw that mean Marissa sneaking out of Vivian's room one night. Now, I'm not saying she took it, but I know Marissa's not a very nice person, and that, okay, well, Marissa's the next clue. All right, who took the Medusa hood?
Updated my journal.
I'll bet I do. I saw that nasty Kamaski adder tongue. It's one of those bitches. All right, a little awkward because she's right here, isn't she? All right, hello, Echo. We'll talk in a moment. I had some questions. I was told you were seen sneaking away from Marissa's chamber recently. Is that with the missing veil, perhaps? Who told you that? She suddenly falls silent, glaring at you through narrowed eyes. If I was there, Burke, I didn't take her filthy veil. Search my room if you'd like. I catch you sniffing at my breeches, though. I'll see to it you're never allowed in here again. Why would anyone ever sniff at your breeches?
Updated my journal.
Beats me. Someone's nicked more than a few pair of them, though. My favorite leather brassiere, too, with the iron studs. Hey, can you teach Mort to be more abusive? She raises her eyebrows. Now, that's an unusual request. I don't know. It seems pretty foul-mouthed already. He seems pretty foul-mouthed, Kamaski Bladderdung, you scruffy goat-gammed harlot. You wish you had legs like mine, you pitiful wretch of a bone box. I can walk, run, dance. What do? Bob around wishing you had a pair, goats or otherwise. The two of them lay into one another, exchanging barbed, blistering insults and clashing with razor-edged tongues. I'll wait. At last the two stop their bickering, and eerie silence settles over them as they eye one another hatefully. Finally, the tiefling makes a grudging admission to Mort. You're not bad, really. Not bad at all. Better than you, perhaps? Mort waggles his eyebrows at her. Eh? Don't push it, Skull.
Taunts, all right.
I won't, tiefling. I'll admit I might have learned a thing or two, though. Good thinking, Chief. She turns to you, so that was all you wanted? I'm not spending any more time near you than I have to. Okay, see ya. And I see you've got something back here, so I'm going to smash it.
Forced it.
I'm in. A silver ring. Well, now I feel bad. I had some questions. I didn't find it. Well, if I'm just going to rob all the hookers, don't mind me.
Forced it.
Love letter. This was a passionate, steamy, and rather graphic love letter. Who it's to and whom it's from, however, are quite vague. Yoink. Marissa's the next bitch on my detective list. Finham's book. The Linguist. He was looking for it. Whoever thought that robbing prostitutes would be so helpful?
Forced it.
I'll sell that. Hey, do you want this love letter? What's wrong? I had some questions. I have a love letter. No? Okay, fuck you. Trying to introduce some steamy shit in your life. I'm so bored.
Forced it.
Anna, were you raised in the hive?
I'm fucking busy, you two.
Mind your own business, succubus. I've nothing to say to you. Very well then.
What? Keep it down, ladies. Man, these prostitutes make some pretty good jink.
Forced it.
Their shitty little cupboards don't even put up a fight either.
Forced it.
I wonder if this is fucking up my alignment.
Forced it.
It's for the greater good, I guess, right?
Forced it.
I wonder if it's one of these handkerchiefs, like one of them's different. Oh, something tells me not a lot of people visit this lady. 12 copper commons. So wait, did Marissa take the scent? I was told you were seen sneaking away from Vivian's chambers recently. Is that concerned with her missing scent somehow?
Updated my journal.
She says nothing, though an angry hissing issue from the darkness surrounds her. Yes, I've been known to creep into Vivian's chamber for some of her perfumes, though I doubt you'll meet another here who hasn't. If you're implying that I got her personal scent, well, feel free to sniff around. You'll not find it on me or my chambers, I assure you. Perhaps whoever took my crimson veil took Vivian's scent as well. I don't have a limb. I don't know where the fuck I put him. Because I had a limb at one point. Maybe I just dropped it somewhere. Slightly awkward. Okay, well. These fucking girls are leading me in circles here. Actually, maybe they hid it in their diaries. Not like in the actual stones, but maybe there's some boxes I can rummage around in. Well, hello, naked lady statue. Shouldn't one of these be fall from graces?
Yes, a pleasure.
Could you get out of the fucking way, Ignis?
Yes, my master. Very well.
Not even not interact with this one. Yeah, I guess this is really in character for me to be dropping shit. Am I just not allowed to look at these unless it's the nameless one? I'm not. Vivian Echo. Actually, maybe Echo's the linchpin for all these things now that she has her voice back. Marissa, nobody gives a shit. Sorry, Saris. Delora. Ivs, yeah, fuck. I don't think there's one for, Fall from Grace. Huh. Something was once subscribed in its base, but the writing has been scoured away. Did you kill one of your hookers?
Yes.
I don't care about your succubus race right now. Can you teach me anything of the art? No, because she's a priestess. I don't believe so. The art and the discipline I practice are different. How so? My powers, as you see them, stem from my faith, not from manipulating energies as the art does. The art is a mechanism by which the power of the multiverse may be harnessed through gestures, rituals, and devices. My powers come to me through different means. My faith in the nature of my belief allows some of the multiverse to reveal itself to me. What do you believe in? I believe in experience. I believe a person may be changed for the better the more of the multiverse they're allowed to perceive and the more the multiverse is allowed to perceive them. My belief in the nature of experience allows me to... She pauses for a moment, thinking. I suppose the best explanation is that my faith allows me to see things differently. When you see the multiverse in such a way, you learn how to change things, mending wounds, seeing a person's heart, and so on, just by willing them to happen. But they seem a lot like spells. Do you have a spell book? No, my spells, as you call them, come to me after I've rested and centered myself. When I sleep and awaken, I can focus myself once more. The amount of faith required to change the multiverse around me can be quite taxing on the psyche, I'm afraid. Just being able to see how to change things is not enough. You must have the strength to make the change happen.
Yes.
All right, let's talk about companions. Let's talk about me. What did you wish to discuss? To be honest, curious if you want to hook up. I'd like to know your thoughts on my situation. Do you have anything that might prove helpful? Shadows keep coming to kill me. No, they haven't. There's someone out there trying to murder me, so much so I built a tomb trap to try and kill them. According to inscription on my tomb, he's been coming after me for as long as the incarnations can remember. Then whoever the killer is, he's lived a very long time to have pursued you so long. Could the killer be immortal as well? Perhaps. Let's ask about Mort. Mort's most peculiar. I've seen a great deal in my life, but nothing quite like him. He behaves somewhat like a mimmer. Granted, there's no denying he's knowledgeable, but he has a certain Baitorian smell about him. Baitorian smell? Yes. But he's not a Baitezu, at least of any variety I've encountered. The smell alone, however, makes me treat the skull with caution. My apologies. Baitor is one of the outer planes. The home of race of fiends called the Baitezu. They are evil creatures, yet they're organized and lawful in many of their behaviors. Some may call them devils. They believe in contracts and hierarchy. In many ways, they're evil bureaucrats. And he smells? Yes, but he's not a Baitzu. Mimmer? Memories are encyclopedias of knowledge. The owner may ask them questions, and if they possess the knowledge, they'll inform the user of what it knows. And he is or he isn't? I don't believe so. He lacks the silvery metal that members customarily have, and he seems to have an attitude of his own. Such qualities are not present in conventional members. Gray shrugs slightly. He may be one, but he's unlike any I've encountered. I don't believe he's a member either. Perhaps there's some test to verify his authenticity, but I would not do one if you value him as a friend. If you do, then you must accept what he's told you. The tattoo says I shouldn't trust him, though. But if he's from a outer plane...
Yes.
Questions about her travels. Can I read your diary? No. Alright, well... That's a mystery we're not going to get bothered with for now. Don't want to get bogged down with too much stuff. Looking for Echo.
Done.
There she is. Greetings again. I had some questions. Wait. I know you're missing your fucking voice. Just give her the fiend tongue. Is your name Echo?
Updated my journal.
Her name is Echo. Better update my journal. Why can't you... May I ask why you can't communicate? Was your voice stolen?
Updated my journal.
She nods vigorously, clasping her hands together and smiling at you. Do you know of any way to get your voice back? She shakes her head, her face wrought with frustration. She suddenly looks at you pleadingly as if expecting an answer. I swear I'll look for a way to return your voice. I'll try to find a way to return your voice. I'll look for something that would give you a voice. The fiend's tongue, just there. Put it in your fucking mouth. I'm sure it's not news to you as a prostitute. I'm told that should you place it in your mouth, you'll regain the ability to communicate. She nods and takes the bottle from you. She gingerly picks out the severed tongue from the briny solution and after staring at it for a moment in disgust, places it into her mouth. Suddenly her eyes widen and there's a burst of reddish light from between her lips. Are you okay? Echo opens her mouth, closes it, then opens it once more, and she speaks. I can speak again. Oh joy. I thank damn thee to the darkest of pits, thou stench-ridden worm. Kneel before me in supplication, insect. Yikes. Echo yelps and covers her mouth with both hands. Her eyes are wide with panic. It must be the fiend's tongue. Oh, wait. Try using these Deva's tears to calm down. She slowly takes her hands away. It seems that I must devour thy frail shell and consign thy soul to the abyss for all eternity. Thou shalt serve in my battle thrall till the plains grind to a halt. Just
Updated my journal.
take a swig of that for a cool 30,000. Holy shit. She nods, smiling, and takes the vial from you. She places a few of the sparkling blue drops on her tongue. I believe the tears are working. Yes, they are. I can speak in my own voice once more. Oh, how I thank you. She squeezes your hand and bows her head gratefully, her eyes welling with tears of joy. I don't actually remember how much they cost me. I need some information about Ravel Puzzlewell, though. Hey. I had some questions. Do you know anything about the scent? I've no idea. Have you spoken to Nenny? Nenny didn't give me enough fucking clues. The Veil. Tell me about Ravel Puzzlewell. In fact, I do. Not only does she exist, she has children. Did I bang a hag? She what?
Updated my journal.
Oh, a piece of her can open it. One of them is here at times, Kasai Saris. She's a child of Ravel's, though she is loath to accept the fact. Who could blame her? She pauses for a moment thinking. I've never gotten her to admit it, though. I'm sure it's true. Interesting. Good-looking hag. Are you Ravel's daughter? She suddenly bares her teeth, her eyes narrowing to slits of blazing crimson. Where'd you hear such a thing? Echo told me.
My journal.
Ridiculous. I think I'd know if that wicked hag was my own mother. Stop bothering me about it then. Who is your mother? I don't know, all right. My father raised me. I never knew her, but I do look like a night hag. Do I? Oh, wait. I mean, she must be good looking if she's in the whorehouse, but you do. Perhaps we'll speak later, but I'm no longer in the mood. Farewell. What about now? Okay. Okay. Then we'll just sweet talk her a bit. Okay. That didn't work. Women are complicated. Do you know where the scent is? Oh, here we go. Most of the women will say she's prissy, but she's always been nice enough to me, complimenting me on my eyes, and she smells so good. I hope she finds her own scent again soon. Try asking Nenny, but god damn it. You do have very lovely eyes. Thank you. You can see them glowing in the dark, you know. Bizarre, no? She pauses to look at you. You have some nice eyes, too. So dark and mysterious. Full of character. Thank you. Trying to find the veil? I haven't seen it since the last time she wore it out, but Nenny might see it. Because, man, they really don't like Kamaski. Mercer's haughty and mean, but Kamaski, she's a bitter, spiteful monster of a woman, with a venomous tongue and the demeanor of a Baylor. Can't see why anyone would like to speak with her. I sincerely doubt her appearance makes up for that flaying, poisonous mouth of hers, but she receives patrons nonetheless. Alright. What are you? She shakes her head. What, can't you tell? She draws herself up, thrusting her ample bosom towards you. A woman. She raises an eyebrow. I can see my answer doesn't please you. I'm plain touched, actually. So you're Revel's daughter? God damn it. Oh, shit. The linguist book might teach us how to read that little tablet we found. We don't have time for this. Goodbye. Goodbye. I was struck by inspiration when I was putting up with your shit. I was like, maybe that linguist book will help me speak to girls, but no, it's for reading my tablet. You got the book. Unfold the dodecahedron to a page with writing on it. He takes the unfolded dodecahedron in his hands and examines it closely. This language is a long dead one, known to virtually no one. I believe my father, a linguist like myself, knew this language, and may well have been the only man in Sigil at the time that could understand it. I recognize it from his notes. I found these in the whorehouse. Oh, wait. They'll be of no use to you if you're looking to translate anything. And the few actual books he had pertaining to the language disappeared around the time of his murder. He was murdered? Strangled he was. He'd left to tutor someone. He taught various languages to supplement his research income and was discovered dead in a side chamber of the Civic Fest Hall. Uh-oh. I think I might have killed him. He knew the language, though, and could teach it. Maybe he wrote it for me and then I killed him because he was the only one that could speak it. I have his skill with the language, but not his patience for others. Is he interred at the mortuary? Why, no, his ashes are kept here. He points to a bronze urn. Christ, I have to use the sensor. It's like I have to buy everything in this fucking ward. A wry smile crosses his lips. A necroscope, are you? Speak with the dead? He suddenly frowns. I've no wish to speak of these things any longer. You'll have to excuse me, sir. Farewell. He points to a bronze urn sitting atop a cabinet. I found some notes. Do you not want these notes? Oh, here we go. I'm not certain where they are just now, and I'm looking for something else at the moment. My research journal. Perhaps when I've recovered it, I could spare the time. Yep, I have it right here.
Updated my journal.
25,000 for taking a man's book. Hi there. His eyebrows arch. Why, yes, it is. He takes it from you, then begins rummaging through his pockets. Here you are, then. My father's notes. Square, then, are we? Good. I have to look over my notes now, so if you'll excuse me. Yep, wonderful.
I feel stronger.
Yeah, that made everybody really smart. Okay, this is the... Actually, is it this?
Opened.
Open. Forced it.
Okay, just one person needs to open it. Thank you, though. I have to look over my notes now, so if you'll excuse me, one question about your father. He was murdered. Strangled he was. Went to the fest hall and I murdered him. He points to a bronze urn sitting atop a cabinet. Okay, there's too many of you people. Get out of the way.
All right.
Get out of the fucking way, Grace. Stop doing your calisthenics
Very
in my
well.
way. There.
Done.
Oh man, I thought I'd have to revive it with the sensor, but I can just talk to Ash. Use Story's bone tell on the remains. The ash seemed to stir faintly as if moved by your breath. A faraway voice whispers up from within the urn. Why have I been summoned to these ashes, cold and gray as the heart of a hag? Let's hope he doesn't realize I probably killed him. Answer some questions for me. Describe to him the writing from the folding dodecahedron. Do you know the language? I know that tongue. I was a linguist and scholar, you see. I was murdered. Murdered by a student of mine. Murdered so that I could not teach the language that I taught him. The tongue of the Uyo, it was. One of the rarest in the multiverse. I knew of none who spoke it, save myself and that one. Damnable murderous student. Can you help me learn this language? I could teach you this language, yes. It would please me to do so, in fact, if only to spite that bloody-handed student of long ago. First, tell me what languages you do speak. Common, and I can find it where the bathroom is in Mandarin. As the spirit speaks to you of the lost language of the Uyo, there is a throbbing sensation in your temples as memory begins to surface. Memories of this language. You recall letters, words, phrases, until, like a spire wind blowing away the blanket of poisonous smog of the great foundry, the language is once more revealed to you its entirety. I killed him.
Journal.
There is another memory, though, bubbling to the surface, a darker one. Its presence troubles you somehow, fills you with unease and explained pangs of the guilt. He is dead. Let's see how it went down.
Updated my journal.
Dear Diary, I totally did it. At last, you recall Finn Andile himself. You remember his gentle voice, his kind manner, his schooling you in the ancient language of the Uyo. You can remember your scarred, gnarled hand wrapped around his frail throat, crushing his larynx and thus ensuring that the secret contents of your journal, hidden and thrice trapped in a dodecahedral puzzle box and penned in the obscure language of the Uyo, would be forever safe from prying eyes. Better come clean. We're trying to be a bit of a goodie.
Updated my journal.
The spirit is silent for a time, the ashes rustling softly within the urn. When it speaks once more, its voice is full of sorrow. But why? And why would you come to me once more? Did you forget what you had been through? Yes. Each time I die, I reawaken as if from a long sleep, but having forgotten everything. I think I understand. I sense your regret, and would forgive you. May peace be with you, pupil of old, and may you prove kinder in this life than in the one which you sought to end mine. Thank you. What a nice fella. Alright, let's get some levels here. More spells, another stat point. I keep forgetting to check if we need more wisdom. Oh, here we go. Your intelligence is legendary. There is no limit to the amount of spells. I think I can just do that. Yeah, I have a legendary intelligence now. Accept. She leveled up. 20 thief points. Just put it all in stealth, because we can bash stuff down. I'm not a thief. I can step on traps because I'm immortal. We're fine. Ignis. Some more spells. He got 6 hit points. I'm fucking a little jealous, frankly. What did you learn? Alright, he doesn't get any 5s, but he's got another 4, which I think is a fucking meteor. Globes of elemental force fly forth and explode upon impact. Like the magic missile, ooh, successfully hit regardless of saving throw. And then it explodes within a 3-foot radius, so don't cast it. Actually, oh, is it fire? 1 point of damage per level, so that's 6. So it does 2 to 8 no matter what, and then 6. And he creates a bonus missile at the 7th level, which I think he is. But it's not, if it was fire, this would be perfect for Mort. It is fire. Perfect. So, level 7. Are you level 7? Oh, he's level 7, so he shoots 2 exploding fireballs that cannot miss. So we need to buy those fireproof teeth for Mort. No fucking idea where I'm going to get 7,000 gold, though. Well, they're copper commons. I think Fat Cow said earlier. Yeah, the pawn shop sold the salve. All right. Weapons and charms. Where is it? I don't see it, though. Maybe I did buy it. Well, I believe it was on the screen, but did I buy it? Oh, man, we're actually getting close to 7,000. Bone charms, are they temporary? Oh, that's just bonus AC. Get the fuck out of my inventory so I can make some money here. I stole a lot of shit from those hookers. Wow. Oh, I have to sell the rat tails one at a time. Wonderful. This is a little bit quicker than giving it to the guy at the rat shop. Or do that. Goodbye. And that was the day I beat the system. Yeah, I really want these 7,800. Is this... Is it just not called Gorgon Salve? Am I getting fucking tricked here by something? I don't see it. Something's amiss. Something's amiss here. We're like 1,500 away.
All right.
And we can look inside. Huh. These are the notes of the deceased linguist Finn Andile. They are composed of his research in the language of Uyo. Why do I have this? I guess maybe that's if I didn't have Bones Tell Stories or whatever. Let's look at this. Unfold it and read it. Yep. Having learned the dead language of the Uyo, you'll at last be able to decipher its contents.
Updated my journal.
The tablet turns out to be a journal of sorts, one kept by some prior incarnation of yourself, it would seem, and not an altogether sane one either. There are only a handful of completely coherent sections. Let's just skim it. Whispering shadows, female ghosts, something hiding within your own body, paranoid ranting, accursed tattoos, dreams and revel, dangerous names, the killing in the fest hall, the murder of the one who tried to help you, whoops, and a cryptic answer from an unknown source. The whispers are not the shadows moving, they are speaking, plotting, talking to each other. I can understand some of what they say. It tells me to avoid the ghost girl, avoid her. I don't know her and she torments me. The book tells me not to talk to Dianara. Hiding something within your own body. The book tells me things. It tells me to avoid the ghost girl. No, that's not no. I wanted to click this. And so I swallowed it, hoping I'd catch it in my bowels. I can make someone remove it when I need to. I think that happened because I have my intestines. Paranoid ranting. Hey, Thaco. I have learned that my life is not my own. I'll not allow you to have my life. You'll have to pull my life from my broken body if you want it. It is you who will die. If I cannot have it, neither will you. You're responsible for this treason of flesh. You'll not live my life. You'll not live to live my life. Okay, weird. Accursed tattoos. The accursed tattoos will not leave my skin. I've tried to burn them off my skin. Failed. I try and cloak myself, but I always feel that people are reading my flesh, reading me like a book. Whenever they look at me, I want to tear their eyes out, pluck them from their sockets, and crush them. This sounds like the guy that we got trapped in the orb with. Dreams and revel. I used the goblet of Semir to force a waking dream. I saw a hag. She tempted me and threatened me with shadows. I've never seen her, but she came when I dreamt. I must not dream again. I must always be aware. I destroyed the goblet. She says that she is someone of power and that she will have me, will find me. Get away, hag. Stay far from me. Leave me in peace. I want nothing to do with you. A goblet of Semir. Her voice reeked of evil's talons like spiders. They burrowed into my gray matter, and I needed her out of my might, out. She was a myth, a fairy tale, who alone challenged the Lady of Pain. How can one fight someone who is a myth? I don't have the weapons. I need weapons that will kill her should she find me. I need a strategy, so she cannot defeat me when she comes for me. I must devise and think. I shall beat her. The danger of names? Fear names. Names have power and identity. Names can be used as weapons by others. They are a hook that can be used to track you, find you, hunt you across the plains. Remain nameless, and you shall be safe. The killing in the fest hall? I went to the fest hall looking for the path of my false self in its halls. So glaring was it, that those I did not know, the false ones, welcomed me into their confidences, treated me as a friend, showed me my room, and attended to my needs. I had to restrain myself from launching out against them. They would have been premature. First, I needed to protect my identity. I found one who knew the exclusive language of the Uyo, learned it as I could, and then killed him. Then I went to the sensorium and prepared to end the matter. Soon, soon. There is nothing he can do. Memories are gone, he says, never to return. He says, lies, and tells me that this is what he told me, lies. He says my mind is weakening from every death, lies. He sat there, betraying my confidence with every turn. He says that only after 3 more deaths, 3 more lives, and I will gain the benefit of keeping my memories, but that I, myself, will die when I die. How can one be immortal and still die? He could not answer, so he was of no use. I butchered him so that no other incarnation will benefit from his uselessness. So what did he say here? 3 more deaths, so I might be on the incarnation that's allowed to keep my memories. Read a cryptic answer from an unknown source. So the ghastly head said, you have been divided. You're one of many men. One in many men, you bear many names. Each has left their scars on your flesh. Lost one, immortal one, incarnation's end, man of 1,000 deaths, the one doomed to life, restless one. One of many, the one whom life holds prisoner, the bringer of shadows, the wounded one, misery bringer, Yemeth. You are silvered glass that is cracked and the pieces scattered across history. Only one piece is of import. Regain that and your life will be yours again. There will be a price. This price will buy you a chance. Without this chance, you are doomed. You've lost that which was never meant to be separated from man. Your mortality has been stripped from you, lost. It exists. But you must find it before your mind is lost to you as well. Something about a legacy? A legacy, the note read. Forget not to collect your legacy. A small code scratched beside it. 51AA. A trap, no doubt. Set by yet another of my false selves. I'll see it destroyed, I will. Shit. Oh, because he burnt the legacies. Okay, 51AA. That version of me was a bit of a dick. Killed the teacher? Burned down the lawyer's house? I think that's the one that got burned up.
Done.
I need 51 AA. Can you tell me about the fire? I may have been responsible for the fire. What do you mean? I may have done it at some point in the past when I was not in my right mind. I regret my actions and ask for your forgiveness. Oh man. Sorry I killed your daughter. Also, I set your house on fire. But why? Some of the things that were burned, they were precious only to me. Irreplaceable. It's likely that one of those mementos or documents was threatening this other self of mine. I don't believe I'll ever know. Your other self? What are you speaking of? It's a long story. Womp womp womp. He seems to be thinking the matter over. I've heard of such symptoms of the mind, temporary amnesia and the emergence of another personality. Then there is the fact you've chosen to claim responsibility for the crime. That is similar to my condition.
Updated my journal.
There's nothing to forgive. I have come to terms with the loss, and no lasting harm has been done. I don't know why the target was chosen, however. There was nothing of value among the documents burned. What were the documents? Legacies, mostly. I need 51AA. They are contracts, blah, 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 blah. I believe you have a legacy for me. That's extremely old. Are you certain? A shocked look comes upon his face. I hope that it wasn't one of those. How old could it be? Oh, no, wait. The book version of me killed that dude's dad, but this legacy's even older than that. Okay, how old is it? Several decades at least. Oh, that's not fucking old. Can you check and see? Oh, yes, it'll take a moment. I'll wait. Fortunately, it wasn't harmed by the fire. Why the fuck did I burn this house then? Could I collect on it? I am the beneficiary. Of course, here and here. Yep, and there, all right. There we are. That should be the last of the paperwork. Here are all the items that were in the vault. One looks like a foundry receipt. I can get inside the foundry. Did the deceased have something commissioned at the foundry? I don't know.
Updated my journal.
It's located in the lower ward, past the Great Gate. Look for a number of Godsman guards at the gate, and you should be in the right place. Would they fucking let me come in decades late with a receipt? Maybe. 731 comments. Thank you.
In knowing the teachings of Zerthamon, I have become stronger.
$700. I feel stronger. More spells, 3 hit points, deal. Let's see how the alignments are doing here. Lawful neutral, neutral good, chaotic neutral, chaotic good, chaotic neutral. Keep up the good work. Everybody's neutral somehow. Yeah, my pockets have become stronger. What kind of spell slots are we talking about here? He's got a level 4 now. Give him the power of 1. Yeah, he could really afford to learn a level 4. What do I have at level 4? Force missiles. Level 4 is kind of a dud tier from what the scrolls I have at my disposal. Alright.
What's up?
Oh yeah, he's chaotic good. Okay. We got some business at the foundry, and we still gotta figure where the fuck that's... Well, if I did lose in the lower ward, we can... That's where we're going. Actually, no, wait. I want to get my fucking vengeance on that Abishai. It's been a long time. But there's 6 of us, and we can beat the shit out of him finally. Everybody get in formation. Yeah, I remember last time you mentioned your PC was messed up, Thaco. Elysium's Tears, alright.
I hear your words.
Zerthaman's Focus. She... What the... No, her. Okay, she's fine.
Yeah.
Sorry, townspeople. This is probably going to fly a little wild. He, most of those missed. Uh-oh. I could cloud kill him, but probably not a good idea.
I will hear you.
Oh, I think I'm messing up that thing Nick mentioned where I can multicast the same spell.
What do you wish of Ignis?
Fiery Rain. Oh, this is just the fiery version of Elysium's Tears. A little unfair to be immune to physical, but then have incredible magic resist, young man.
What?
I think everybody's magical, so we're just going to have to resort to chopping them up.
Thy bidding?
And then we will bless Mort. +1 attack and saving throws. Yeah, let's do that.
Balance in all things.
Buff yourself.
What's up, Chief?
Ready.
Alright, he's fine. I'm gonna keep blasting him. I could cloud kill, but I think the cloud kills will hit all the baddies. Or, well, not baddies, townies. Bum, 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 bum. Slay any creature with fewer than 4+1. Actually, he probably has a lot of hit dice. Ah, fucking got my vengeance finally. 7,000 experience points. Now we just auto-attack these poor thugs that are totally in over their head.
Did you see that?
I'm gone.
Okay. Oh shit, Abishai had treasure on him. That is good news. Finally avenged a level 1 me. I think I was like maybe level 2 by the time I pissed that guy off, but... Oh shit, he had treasure on him. Copper earring, not worth the trouble. Alright, didn't kill any townspeople, and we avenged ourselves. Now that part of the town is finally safe to walk through, now that we never come back here. Could I rest here? I got some items from the Legacy. Yep, a kaleidoscope gem, a receipt for the foundry, a strange chunk of rock, a stone gullet of Lafael the Gross. It's a unique artifact with a permanent +1 save versus poison if do I eat it? The gurgling stone of gullet of Lapal the Gross is not as well known as most artifacts tend to be. No wars have been waged over it, no betrayals, no epic journeys into the underworld, only a few moralizing sorcerers, a fat man in his stomach. As the legend goes, Lafal the Gross was said to have been a promising practitioner of the art, a sorcerer's apprentice to one of the last seers of Essanon. Despite his skill at the art, however, his gluttony was the subject of much ridicule among his peers. During the last great massing of Essanon, Lafal was invited to dine at the center table, but unknown to him, his peers had filled his wine goblet with an elixir of turning flesh to stone to teach the rotund student a lesson. He consumed such great amounts of food and drink during the mass, however, that it diluted the potion's effects. Complaining of a stomach ache hours after the feast, local healers discovered that Lafal's stomach had turned into stone, yet was still capable of digesting food. He lived the rest of his days happily eating, though his gullet was a few pounds heavier than before. When he finally died, his stomach was removed as an oddity, and since then it has wandered the plains in search of new stomachs. To use the artifact, one must consume it. It has the consistency of stale bread. So doing will turn the eater's stomach into the stone gullet. Devouring the stone gullet of Lafal will grant the user the blessing of stone and rock, and a slight resistance to poison. Neat. What's this? Invokes chromatic orb when held. This shimmering jewel is actually the corpse of a radiant spirit from the upper plane of Elysium. When these creatures pass away, they leave their shimmering husks behind. These husks are often mistaken for jewels or semi-precious stones. Their essence is still that of harmony and goodness, and they can only be employed by a creature whose heart is filled with good intentions. The kaleidoscopic eye can either be wielded in the hand or placed in an empty eye socket, depending on whether its owner wishes to use it for defense or offense. When held, the user may summon its power to harness ambient light, twist it, then turn it against its enemies. When placed in the owner's eye socket, the eye grafts itself into the wearer's skull and helps shield its new owner. It absorbs a portion of the energies from incoming attacks and provides proof against all manner of magical attacks. Okay, so it cracks and turns to dust, so let's not use it to cast chromatic orb. +1 to all saving throws. Oh yeah, this is going right in my fucking eyeball. Oh wait, usable only by good. But I just turned good. I just turned good. In you go. Actually, what's this one? This is just an eyeball. Later. Actually, you know what? Actually, I think I threw away my eyeball permanently. Whoops. The love letter, healing scrolls from Dianara. Is it just the receipt? A receipt stamped with the symbol of the Godsman. Probably redeemable at the Great Foundry. Probably. +1 save versus poison. Sure, I'll eat it. Not like I don't have enough fucking problems with my body. It wouldn't be the first time. Wouldn't be the first time I lost a part of my body permanently. I think I threw my intestines away somewhere. A hive thug. Hello. Greetings. He smiles evilly and begins twirling it. You're dumb.
You see that?
Done.
Look out, everyone. More low-level goons. Ignis just fucking hit him in the back of the skull with a fireball. Disgusting. How are we doing for experience? Could I be super greasy and just try to fight an Abishai? No, because I'm like 90,000 experience. What is this thing? Oh, right. I've joined the Society of Sensation. What the hell? The Free League. Indepts are individualistic bloods who have banded together to protect themselves from the other factions. Truth? There's no truth. Just live free or die. Also a sensate. Well, let's get out there. The lower ward, maybe figure out if I drop that goo somewhere. See how we're doing for money as well.
Done.
Let me see your wares again. Some interesting things. +2 armor class. That might be nice if I had money to spare, but I don't. No, I haven't met any characters, Thaco, besides the one I have in my party right now. I'd like to see your wares. Nothing really incredible here. Yeah, it doesn't look like I dropped anything in here. Where the fuck is that Gorgon salve? Where the fuck did I put it? It's 7,800 gold, and I can buy those dragon's teeth for more. That's what we're saving up for here. Yeah, I have no idea where I put that salve. Hello? I have a receipt here. It's probably legal.
All right.
I'm here to pick up an order. May I see your receipt? Here it is. Lie. Yes. Did you see that? The option was to lie. May I see your receipt? Here it is right here. I don't see it. Well, it's here. I'm showing it to you. Thank you, sir. The clerk you seek holds office on the southern wall of the foundry. Thank you for your patronage. The southern wall.
The air is quite bracing here.
Thank you, Commander Shepard. I think that's Jennifer Hale. The southern wall. Well, I don't need the Gorgon salve to beat the game, but it's just now I want to know where the hell I put it. What? Some of the background noise in this place is whoa, 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 whoa. Sarosa, you sound familiar. You see a young woman as you approach her. Her eyes stare directly into yours. You get the uncomfortable feeling that she's not just examining your eye color. Her gaze seems to penetrate far deeper than that. Greetings, stranger. How goes your day? Well enough. Can you answer some questions for me? Why do you call me Half-Man?
Updated my journal.
I call you Half-Man because I cannot see your spirit. All the mortals who pass through my life show their spirits to me as a shining spark or a smoldering ember. You show nothing at all. I call you Half-Man because I cannot see your spirit as I see those of others. Whether this is because you have no soul or because you have transcended, I cannot say. One way or another, you're but half a man. What the other half is, I cannot say. Well, fuck you too. Not even sure where the hell we're trying to go. The south wall?
All right.
Christ, just everything here is another fucking door. Badai You see a severe woman with flaming red hair pulled back tight, giving her face a stretched, nervous look. She appears to be deep in thought. As you approach, she glances up and says, "Can I help you with something?" Who are you? My name is Badai. I'm a magical engineer. Not a mage, mind you, but a theoretician. And I'm going to make sure the Godsmen don't get a chance to use that weapon or contract for other such weapons of war again. Aha. Well, hello.
right.
Free treasure. I guess I wouldn't hide my treasure here either. Hidden in the fog. All right, let's double back.
Done.
Here? I have to prove that she's her daughter. What I've been told of her is indeed true. I'll just need to find a way to prove it to her. I need to find her father. What was her name? Kasai Saris? I don't think that's her last name. I already forget the name of the guy I'm looking for. That means I commissioned something from the Godmen. The receipt should allow me access to the Great Foundry. Did, but it didn't put a note of where to take it. Where's the clerk's office? Just south of the main foundry, you'll find an office with a desk in it. The problem we're having, Thaco, is it looks like I bought the salve and then put it somewhere. This door is also locked. I think this is the guy. You see a wizened old man with trembling hands and a cunning face. He looks you over carefully and speaks. Hell, have I seen you before? Possibly. I never forget a face. It'll come to me, to Bator with it. Do you remember me? Not so fast, lad. Takes a while for the mind to warm up to a task like this. I've lived a long time and seen a lot more faces in that time. And it ain't so easy to remember. Memory's a fleeting thing, and that's something you can bank on. Before replying, you mutter, "Tell me about it." I'm here to pick up an item. I do have a receipt. The old man takes the receipt from you and scrutinizes it carefully. This thing's over 100 years old. How'd you come by it? I left it for myself, but I got busy. That's a good one, lad. I'll just bet you were busy. He laughs to himself. He passes over his armload. Here you go. Treat this work with care, you hear? I will, maybe. What is it? Do you remember me? Then can you tell me who you are? I'm Nadillin, Godsman fighter extraordinaire. At least I used to be. Now I'm a clerk at the foundry, breathing in this sooty air and hastening my dying day along. That's a pity. I'd like to pick up some gear at the forge. You want to be a smith now, eh, lad? Very well. You'll need an apron, 10 copper, some tongs, another 10, and a hammer, which will be 20. That comes to, let me see, 50. That comes to 40. What am I thinking? Of course it is. Give me all the stuff. Don't forget to pick up some ore from Thilden if you want to work the forge. Oh man, I just wanted to buy stuff. Okay.
In knowing the teachings of Zerthamon, I have become stronger.
He leveled up. I'm a
My
blacksmith
blade
now.
has changed.
Ooh, his weapon changed again. Let's look at it. The streaming blade. 3 to 12, plus 2, plus 4 AC, doubles all first level. Whoa! So does that mean he does twice as much damage, or he shoots twice as many magic missiles? It looks like the description for the sword doesn't change. Okay, okay. Curious ironwork. What the hell are you? All right, I have to identify with a spell. No, wait, I'm dumb. You unfold the shimmering metal. It seems strangely quiescent. You get the feeling that it's lying dormant until the portal key is near it. Uh-huh. A forge hammer. A hammer used to beat heated iron ore into shape. I wonder if we can use that on the statue. Probably not. Probably needs a small one. Leather apron, which I bought. Fast hall room key, which I don't care about. Tongs, which I don't care about. Okay. These are the notes I don't care about. Alright, well, we got the weird thing. We still gotta prove to that girl that she's the hag's daughter.
Done.
Siege tower, print shop, warehouse, marketplace, erect house, the pawn shop. Do you bums sell anything? I don't think they really sell anything of value. A customer. Let's talk about trades. Bit of cheese. Shards of fate? Oh, right. These are the things that fucking explode on one hit. What's this? Fire resistance. Specifically magical fire. Ignis, of course, can't use it because he's immune to fire. +1 armor class. Who gives a shit? An unfolding portal. It's a shimmering piece of filigreed metalwork that you picked up in the Great Foundry. It almost looks gauzy. Sharp edges protrude from it. You have no idea where it goes right now, but it must be important if you commission it for yourself. All you need to do to activate it is to find the proper key. Oh yeah, because that's just fucking a baby's task in the world of Planescape. I got any more shit hiding? No, let's look at his spells. No, his spells. Oh, yep, he got a bunch. Missile of Patience. Oh, this is the one that does maybe nothing. It must do something, though. It was hidden inside the Circle of Zerthaman. Have an open party slot. I'll try to remember, but I don't mind my party right now. I'm not going to be too choked up. Unless it's like the dancing WB frog or something really cool that I'd want to keep, but I don't hate my current party composition. I like the mages, and then we've got 2 fighters, a thief, and a priest. It's a good mix. I never made it into the siege tower. No, I thought that was just a landmark for the Abishai. This appears to be a siege tower. In its lowered position, the drawbridge would give attackers access from the siege tower to the walls of a city or keep. These crates are beginning to show shines of... Okay, what's this? The purpose of this, is this just the drawbridge that goes to the siege tower? You approach the location of the portal that the boy Laszlo spoke of. You begin to replay your conversation with him in your head. Maybe the secret of getting in is not to want to get in. Suppress any desire to enter the tower. Whoop. Man. Fucking slave merchants, their voice carries.
Say a few words to me, Fiendling.
Oh, aye, it could. Hurt you, that is.
Man, nobody seems to like Anna. Hello?
All right.
Coax metal. Are we talking or not? You see an iron creature. Its size is staggering. If it stood full height, it would shatter the roof of the siege tower. Thundering echoes rattle the walkway as the creature hammers away on its forge, and the smell of soot and ash fills the air. Greetings.
Updated my journal.
There is this screaming of metal on metal as the giant turns to face you. You suddenly realize the golem is built into the siege tower itself. Girders, pipes, and huge bracers run through its lower torso and into the walls, and the bottom portion of its body makes up the forge itself. Hello? I am iron given purpose. What is your purpose? I forge the implements by which the multiverse will be unmade. Oh. Metal is like flesh. Both carry potential in their veins. When tempered with heat and pressure, the potential surfaces. My purpose is to bring forth this potential, allow its expression. Who do you make these weapons for? I forge them for the sake of entropy. They are pain-seeking expression. What does entropy need weapons for? Beyond this tower, order rallies its legions. The multiverse heals its wounds. In time, its strength may equal entropy. The multiverse is your enemy?
Updated my journal.
The multiverse breathes, it grows, it stagnates. It forges its chains around the planes link by link. In time, even entropy may be chained. And you're opposed to chaining entropy? When a thing seals itself against its own destruction, it merely dies a different death. Ah. So you're saying immortality is just a different kind of death. Immortality is only a word. All that exists can die. Can you forge a weapon to kill an immortal? Every living thing has a weapon against which it has no defense. Time, disease, iron, guilt. How do you know what weapon to use? One must know the enemy to forge such a weapon. This guy might be able to make something to kill the guy we built the tomb for. How do I do that? Start with a fragment of the enemy, a drop of blood, a crystallized thought, one of its hopes. All of these things tell the way at which it can die. What if your enemy strikes from a distance, from shadows, and never shows himself? Then that is the fragment of the enemy you must use. What? The actions of your enemy have told you much. Your enemy does not wish to engage you directly. That is a weakness. Or, it can't engage me directly. That is an equal possibility. Either possibility reveals weakness. How do I exploit that? The actions of your enemy have told you that it does not wish to engage you directly. How do I exploit
My
that?
journal.
If the enemy does not wish to confront you directly, deny its wish. Take the battle to the enemy. And if the reason it can't attack me directly is because it has no choice?
Updated my journal.
If it's not allowed to confront you directly, find the reason. The reason will reveal a weakness. Could you make a weapon that could kill me? Yes, really. I would need a drop of your blood. Okay. The tool of your destruction has been forged and educated. It is not enough.
Updated my journal.
The magics that keep your heart beating and mend your flesh are strong. You must sink the blade into your body only within a shell where you are cut off from the planes. Why? The reason is not known to me, yet both the weapon and the place are necessary for your destruction. Where would I find such a shell that separated me from the planes? That is not known to me. Okay. Do you know Ravel Puzzle well? The night hag sought to sunder this city. Her greatest works were those of unmaking. She walked the path of entropy. Do you know what happened to her?
My journal.
Order set chains about her. She was cast within a cage. Do you know what the cage is? Her prison is unknown to me. Okay. He makes the weapons. It exists to breach the walls between planes. How?
Updated my journal.
Just in case you guys missed it, I've been updating my journal. The tower anchors itself upon a plane. A wound is torn in the multiverse when the bridge of the tower opens. Legions may pass from one plane to the other through the tower. When the plane is severed entropy's purpose, when the plane is served entropy's purpose, the tower anchors itself again. What happened to legions that use this tower? Entropy has unmade them. And what happened to the planes that the siege tower invaded? Entropy has unmade them. I make weapons. Show me what you have brought. I will study its potential and see if its pain can be given expression. Okay. Oh. That's not what I expected. A rune blade. Only by me. Holy shit, 50% resistance to magic, but then I get hit way more often. Created by a legendary guild of battle mages known as the Scarlet Seers, these enchanted blades were specifically designed as a defensive countermeasure against opposing spellcasters. The tiny runes etched into the blade are powerful wards that offer the wielder increased resistance against all types of magic. The awkward design makes it virtually ineffective in physical combat. Oh, Thaco wouldn't affect my hit chance with spells. So I would just wear this to absorb magic. Neat. 1800 though, we're trying to get those teeth. Spiked gauntlets of ogre power. Huh. 4 to 6 crushing, 4 to 6 piercing. They are enchanted. A ridge of huge black spikes bristle along the knuckles of these metal gauntlets, allowing the wearer to perforate any target they punch. Clamps line the edges of the gauntlets to secure them in place once worn. The gauntlets bear an enchantment that allows the user to strike opponents with the strength of 10 men, not 9 or 11. The spikes along the knuckles simply add insult to injury, as any victim whose bones are not shattered by the initial attack will slowly bleed to death from the jagged wounds the spikes inflict. I think the Anna knife is stronger than this. 8 to 16?
Aye, what?
2 to 8. Oh, it's got the luck in the AC, that's why. Tough call, tough call. That's a lot of damage if we lined up the backstab, but we're so wizardly, I don't think we need to. These are 6,000. You know, I might come back for these and give these to Anna. It's a lot of fucking damage. This is probably my next purchase, though, once we get the Mort Teeth. 50% magic resistance. That'll help the fact that I have garbage constitution. And then the other people in my party can just absorb physical hits for me. How the fuck do I get out of here now? Like that. Alright, I don't think there's a way to get rid of the siege tower, but he gave us our weird Blade of the Immortal. This strange blade that an iron golem forged using a drop of your blood. It's an ugly looking weapon, shaped so it resembles one of the symbols on your left arm. Black veins worm their way across the surface of the metal, and the edge looks so dull that it couldn't even cut warm butter. It pulses slightly as you hold it, like a heart. The golem claimed this blade could slay even you, provided it was used in a place that was cut off from the rest of the plains. I imagine I stab myself and it does nothing. Okay. What the hell was I doing? Oh, right, we're trying to prove that that girl's the Night Hag's daughter, but how? We also haven't found the scent or the veil from these fucking rascally hookers. How might you serve me? She blinks her eyes, then touches her hand to her heart, bowing her head slightly. I am able to debate any scholarly or academic matter quite proficiently if that's your wish. Well, I have 22 wisdom. That's correct. I am neither a tome nor a tutor. I have no desire to educate my patrons. Should you have a matter to discuss, however, the 15 factions and their effect on Sigillian politics, the most effective battle stratagems for warring in Acheron, the meaning of existence itself, I would be most pleased to choose a counterpoint and engage you in a debate. Okay. You choose a topic and begin. The debate lasts a long time as the two of you exchange points and counterpoints, each attempting to methodically undermine the other's position. As you speak, a strange feeling begins to come over you. A memory. Memories of a great hall begin to form in your mind, a vast place, full of well-dressed elites. A formal ball was taking place. Before you was a small, impeccably dressed fellow who wore a golden medallion. It was emblazoned with a symbol you dimly recall as the sign of one. You two stood in a circle of onlookers who've gathered to listen to your debate. But that's impossible, the man was saying, looking perplexed. Oh, but it is, you recall yourself replying. I've made several inarguable points and given you a number of examples. You simply don't exist. But you can't. Were I to accept that, Yes, you'd seek to exist. And without a flash of light or puff of smoke, with no fanfare of any sort, the man was simply gone. The onlookers oohed and awed. Some clapped, you remember, giving a flourishing bow and walking away, a small satisfied smile upon your lips. You suddenly realized Dolores is watching you closely. Are you feeling well? We might finish our discussion at another time, should you like. No, let's continue the debate. As hard-pressed as you are to beat Dolores' infallible sense of logic, you eventually win out. She merely nods in approval. You're a most skilled debater. This there's no denying. I do feel, though, that had I had time to perform some research, you might not have bested me. Thanks. If you'd like, we can debate once more upon the same topic. I could argue your position this time, should you desire. Are you always so ruthless in a debate? Mistress Grace instructed me to show no mercy, for another of her students always allows a patron to win after a lengthy debate. It was Mistress Grace's desire that I provide a different sort of experience. I see. Could we play a game? I don't actually know any games. Here then, allow me to show you one. She brings out a thin lacquered box which unfolds into a small board marked with a grid. The contents of the box prove to be a number of polished stone chips, half of them black, half of them white. This game goes by many names. Shall I explain the rules to you? Yes. She explains the rules of the game, how the chips are moved, and how one bests one's opponent. It seems somehow faintly familiar to you. The rules are simple, yes, but a great deal of complexity lies within the game itself. All right, let's beat the shit out of her. As you play, you come to realize you've done so before. You recall various ploys and strategies that have won you previous games, and employ every trick you know to beat her. Suddenly, a strange feeling comes over you. Memories of a smoke-filled field of battle begin to fill your mind, atop a great hill overlooking the fighting you sat, mounted upon a massive four-legged beast. The braying of horns carried your orders to the troops below. Even as you watched, your forces divided, fleeing left and right as the foreign army fought its way up the hill to slay the enemy lord, you. The fools, you had thought, lips curling into a wicked smile. My knight shall charge down the hillside and stop their advance in an instant. And at that very moment, my retreating footmen will fall in and crush their flanks. Yet another victory will soon be mine. Let's continue the game. She plays excellently, counteracting all but your most crafty moves, but eventually your feints and calculating maneuvers win over her well-crafted strategies. She nods approvingly as she begins to put the game away. You're a fine player, perhaps a master. Thank you. Mistress Grace instructed me to hold nothing back, for another of her students plays so well that her opponent will always just manage a win. All right, well, some questions. I heard that Caraceres is Revel's daughter. Is that true? How do I prove it? There we go. Perhaps another of the women here can give you an answer. If not, Kasai herself. Ask Juliet. Actually, get out of the way. I'll go in alone, so you idiots get out of my way. I had some questions. Is it true? You realize she's... Hello? I have to solve her idiot problems now, don't I? Huh. Why is your life so tedious? Perhaps I could make it a little less boring. I'm certain I could add some excitement. No, 'tis kind of thee to offer, though. I'm already with a man. How's your relationship lacking? Yes, your relationship's too nice. I don't know about that. She glances. 'Twould seem that thy life is filled with a variety of problems. It's something I'd care not speak of. 'Tis just that all my friends have such interesting relationships. Yep, okay. Oh, wait. Where did you have in mind, Juliet? I'm not sure. Some element of danger or jealousy, perhaps? Something intense. Why don't you make up fake love letters from a hidden affair, which I have? Excellent notion. But he knows my handwriting. Will thou write some for me? I can find you some, though, which I have. Huh. When you have found some, please give them to my love, Montague. He may be found within the Civic Fest Hall. As for the letters, try the print shop, or I could steal some from another hooker. Montague and the Fest Hall. I'm on my way.
Done. All right.
Well. Greetings. This handsome young man seems to be lost in thought. Are you Montague? I need to speak with you about Juliet. I overheard her speaking at the brothel. She's having an affair, you know. Kind of your fault for dating a hooker. Thou speak falsely. I would have thee present me proof before I took thy claim as true. Well, here's these letters. He takes the letters and reads them over. Alas, 'tis true. She has found another who loves her passionately. Ah, heartache is a sensate's fate, I think. I shall move on to another love and let this other suitor have her. Considering the passion of her words. Wait, what does thou speak of? She's trying to trick you into being more passionate. And why did she not simply say something? I don't think that occurred to her. Apparently not, so what should be done? Turnabout is fair play. I say ignore the chit, act distant and unconcerned. That'll spice things up considerably. Truly. Trust me, kid. Start ignoring her, create some friction, leave them wandering. They'll be clawing all over to discover what the matter is, right, Chief? She'll think something's wrong, and for once, he'll be playing the game rather than being the target. I like the sound of that very much. I don't think that's going to work out, but farewell. And farewell to thee as well, sir. Now I have some things to attend to. Should we meet again, we might speak more of the matter.
All right. All right.
I'll go on
Alright.
alone so you don't clog up the doorway like the Three Stooges. He seemed disinterested. I recall him saying he was bored with things in any
Updated
case.
my journal.
He said, what? How could I have been so? Oh, it would appear as if my relationship had the troubles I so desired, and I merely missed them in all my melancholy. 10,000 experience points. Perhaps. Some questions. Is it true that it's her daughter?
Updated my journal.
Ah, I thought I might have heard that name before. I know not the truth of it, but I have heard such a rumor. Oh my god, I just gotta fucking ask them all. Kamaski Addertongue is her half-sister. Interesting. What do you know about the scent in the veil? Such a pity, too. Poor woman. I'll admit I've crept into her chambers, at times to apply a drop or two of her perfumes, but for one to be so bold as to make off with Vivian's own personal scent, unbearably rude. Ask Nenny of it. Nenny knows about it, but I couldn't get a fucking answer from anybody. I had some questions. Are you Kasai Saris' half-sister? Yes, I'm related to that chubby, mewling, hook-nosed daydreamer. Same father, different mother, so I was hoping you could help me find out if Kasai is really Ravel's daughter.
Updated my journal.
Kamaski frowns at you. Normally I'd loathe to help you like this, but I have a feeling it upset that flirting, preening doxy good Noel. Tell her to ask our father. He's a powerful Cambion, so she ought to be able to call him right then and there. That'll get your answer, a Cambion? Yes, Cambion. Didn't hear me the first time? He was all stopped up with the rest of you? Okay, I'm asking what one is. You're clueless. A half fiend, Burke, sort of like you. But you're half dung, I think. Alright, better have... I had some questions. Kamaski said that she's your half-sister? She snarls. How do I loathe that woman? Why would I even believe that sort of thing? You could just ask your father.
Updated my journal.
She stares at you silently for a time. Give me a moment. She turns from you and begins to mutter softly. The air seems to shimmer around her slightly and fills with a coppery smell like warm blood. Okay. She remains turned away from you for a moment before finally coming to face you. I do not want to believe that wicked hag may have been my mother. I have lived long. I don't appear to age and have disturbing dreams sometimes, but still, I don't wish to be the inheritor of the evil that she caused, nor draw the lady's gaze as my mother did. Such evil things she did. Tell me what you know of her. I need you to give me a piece of yourself. What'd she do? I heard she would pose impossible riddles to people, riddles she could answer, but no one else could. She would devour the person if they answered incorrectly, or leave them dangling in her horrifying gardens as examples to all. Those few who somehow escaped she tormented in their dreams, riding them like steeds, breaking their wills and hurling their souls into the colorless oblivion of the grey waste. Go on. Her magic was said to be beyond anything most had ever seen. It was imagination woven from nightmare and given substance. Stone and solid shapes bent to her will like soft clay. The laws of the plains would bend beneath her feet, and from nothing she could weave illusion. And from illusion weave realities that could horrify and kill and confound. Tell me more. She was a mistress of all the dark arts, mistress and master of them all. She hounded a governor that dared, quote, sigil law to her with shadows and devoured him. All but his tongue, his fingers, and the flesh of his face. She turned mercy killers inside out, and shattered buildings of those who displeased her. Terrible, terrible powers. Tell me more. She changed her shape like water, and would use it to destroy some for amusement, and to steal knowledge from others. She was a monster, like all that has been spawned from the grey wastes. In the end, she threatened to open the cage and let the fury of the plains come rolling in like a wave. Fortunately, she didn't succeed. She existed solely to cause malice. I don't know if she's dead, but I know now that she was my mother. Kasai's shoulders slump and her head hangs low. Oh, that I had tears so that I could weep in this sorrow. I'll try and comfort her. Thanks for your efforts, but I'll be fine. I just need some time to think about it, that's all. I need you to give me a piece of yourself. Pardon? Well, the portal key to Revel's maze is a piece of her. and you're of her blood. It's close enough. You intend to seek her out? Her surprise quickly changes to an expression of wariness. What would you need of me? Your blood, most likely. She nods. But do you have some way to carry it? A piece of cloth, like a handkerchief or something? I don't. I'm sure there's one in the brothel somewhere. Bring it to me when you find it. Okay, that's why there's 20 handkerchiefs. Updated my journal. I need to steal a handkerchief. And some copper commons. It was in my journal. Sorry. I have the handkerchief.
Updated my journal.
40,000. Holy shit. She takes the handkerchief and gingerly pricks the top of her finger on one of her fangs. After letting several drops of blood soak into the cloth, she returns it to you. You're placing yourself in grave danger, you know. Even if the stories of my mother are greatly exaggerated, she's horribly powerful and completely evil. Okay, bye. Oh, I can investigate this. As you move to search the armoire, its handles suddenly yank out from your grasp as the doors themselves slam shut. A disdainful humph issues from the cabinet. Hello? Hello indeed. The armoire gives another humph. So what have we here? A rogue after some lady's frilly undergarments? Hello? Who are you? I am Louis, and who are you? Thoughtless, uncouth fellow, rummaging about other people's things. What are you doing here? Well, sir, if you must know, I'm being an armoire. Why are you being an armoire in this bra? Is it a mage disguised as a lady's underpants container? I happen to have become an armoire because I want to be an armoire. Thank you very much. It's not to watch the ladies undressing, nor to have them place their soft, sweet-smelling undergarments in my drawers where they can rub against my skin. Such accusations are an insult to a practitioner of the magic arts. I'm merely soaking in the experience of what it means to be an armoire. The sights, the smells, the sensations. So all the women know about this? Yes, they do, and they wholeheartedly approve of, well, not with their entire hearts, exactly. And while they've not spoken of their approval in my presence, since they're not exactly aware that I am an armoire, I would not want them to know that I am anything but, and so have not been able to inquire about them on the matter. I had some questions. I'm trying to find Vivian's scent. Do you know where it might be? Oh dear, yes, I had heard about that. Most unfortunate. Did you ever have the exquisite pleasure of breathing in that scent of hers? The armoire's drawer seemed to shudder with delight. Absolutely wondrous it was, but sadly no. I know not where good Lady Vivian's scent might be found. Jesus fucking Christ, do you have the veil in you? I heard she used to walk about in a crimson veil, that she had recently taken to a room and darkened it. I did not know that it occurred. Oh, thanks for nothing. Can you return to your normal form? The armoire seems to think about it for a moment. I have no need to share such secrets with the likes of you, and besides, there is no cause to change back at the present moment since I have not yet experienced the full sensations of being an armoire. It's a complex thing to hold and sort soft frilly clothes, smelling of wondrous woman smells. A drawer slides open and closed, the sound mimicking a pleasant sigh. All the women know about this? You're gonna have to give me something. Very well. Open the third drawer. As you reach your hand in the drawer, it slams shut on your fingers with great force. You son of a bitch! Open the drawer, I said, and you reach in. He slams the drawer again for emphasis. Alright, I'm gonna go tell him. First, I would tell you this one thing. I have been popping in and out of the brothel for a good long time. I'm quite knowledgeable regarding both its occupants and their activities. I assure you that talking about me is utterly worthless. Not only will you lose me as a potential source of information, but I'll simply disappear before someone comes to investigate your claims, leaving you looking for the fool. A weird yet worthless character. What if I just threaten to chop him up? I'll tell them. Alright, you got a chap? Yep. You'll do nothing of the sort. Why, even the most common of men know that one can't commit an act of violence within the brothel. You simply be cast out. And if that were not the case, I assure you my command of the art is quite impressive. Alright, I'll just go tell him. Man, how am I being bested by this peeping Tom? I have 22 wisdom. And nobody knows where the fucking perfume is. And he doesn't know anything about Ravel Puzzle well. Let's go ask Nenny again. Vivian? Oh, right, she's the one that lost her perfume. Marissa's veil? Huh. Were I to know its location, I'd set it alight and cast its remains into the deepest of pits. May that wretched thing never find your precious veil and be confined to that chamber for the rest of her days. All right. Some bad blood? I've opened all these, haven't I? Yeah, is that Delora? I had some questions. The scent. Try a hive gutter. Marissa stole it. No, but I'm hoping you go stomping into a room. Okay, thanks for nothing. This damn character. We've opened this one as well. Nenny gave some pretty garbage information considering everybody sent us to her. Vivian sent, ask Nenny. Marissa's veil, ask Nenny. Who the fuck took it? Someone's been taking things from her room.
Updated my journal.
Oh, that's right. You know, once I saw a man sneaking out of Kamaski's room while she was out talking to a patron. I watched the front doors all that day, but he never ever left. Isn't that odd? I don't think he could have made it out of window, so I never figured out where he went. Oh, maybe it's the guy. Maybe now we can yell at that armoire. We're right here. Were you the one leading Kamaski's room? You think? How could you be so alarmingly rude, so ludicrously presumptuous as to spout forth such an accusation without being absolutely certain of your charges? How dare you, impertinent, brassy cur? Why, I ought to. As he rails and curses, his drawers open and close. You notice a small bundle of crimson cloth tucked alongside some clothes. The repeated opening and closing of the armoire drawers make it difficult to grab, however. I don't have the decks for it, so we'll wait. You stand poised at the edge of the armoire. It keeps grabbing on, but it never seems to stay open long enough for you to grab the cloth. Well, I just have to do it anyways, I guess. You simply cannot move your hand quickly enough to snatch the crimson cloth from within Louis. The most you could accomplish would be getting your fingers crushed. Give me the crimson cloth. Shan't, won't, never. Pull the drawer open. I can't. The drawer remains closed. You hear it puffing and wheezing from the exertion. Go away, you barbarian. Beg and whine. Like a little bitch. Oh, please stop that rubbish. It's quite tiresome and transcends all known meanings of the word boredom. Give me the cloth. Give me my cloth. Pull it open. Okay, maybe if I know how this district works, how do I get out of this conversation? Am I trapped? Oh, beg and whine some more. You're making me quite drowsy. There we go. The armoire yawns, exposing the crimson cloth where it rests snugly beside some undergarments. You dart your hand in and seize it before the drawer can close itself. Tucking it away, you notice that it's perfumed with a light exotic and god damn it. Damn it, you rogue, blackguard, scoundrel. You give that back this instant. That's not yours. That's an exceedingly rare personal garment that belongs to a lady of this establishment, and they would not appreciate you fondling their private things. It's all right for you, you wooden pervert. I'm not taking anything so criminal and malicious as you are. I'm merely soaking in sensations necessary for my growth as an individual. Okay, bye. Got it. And then Marissa, it seems, has the perfume. We did it. We saved the whorehouse. I have your crimson veil. 25,000. Here you are. I'll need something in return first, like the perfume. Oh, I don't want the fucking bracelet.
Updated my journal.
You hold the Crimson Veil before you and feel her take it from your hands. Ah, yes, much better. 2 shining points of red light appear before you as she opens her eyes. So that's what you look like. Perhaps I would have been better off with my eyes shut. Wow, fuck you. I have a question. I know you have it. God damn it. Actually, maybe I didn't rummage around her room because she's here. Why do you remain behind the screen? At first it was because I lost my Crimson Veil, but now I don't know. Perhaps I've grown accustomed to dealing with my patrons in this manner, and have grown to enjoy it. In time, I imagine I'll tire of it and venture out in a sigil once more, but for now, I'm comfortable here. I guess we didn't save the whorehouse. Yeah, she can turn my Lim into a statue, but I lost my Lim. I don't know where the fuck I put it. Such is life. I had some questions. Do you know where the scent is? Try a hive gutters. Marissa stole it. Alright, maybe Nenny will know more about it now that we've dealt with the veil. Yep, questions. Shit. Was the implication that he stole the perfume? It'd be on an arm. Yeah, it'd be on an armoire, wouldn't it? Oh, there's no reply. He's just upset. I dropped the limb in my tomb. That's a hell of a walk away. If that's what we need to get the perfume, we're not going to finish that quest then. So now we have to get inside the maze. Who will we leave behind? Ignis, I suppose. Now, how the hell did we get inside? Wasn't the siege tower. Find and return Vivian's personal scent now. Find the night hag. This kind of fucking stalled out. He suggested the next stage. Yeah. Someone could tell me more of... The assumption, though, Nick, is that if I meet someone in the Night Hag's maze, they'll be trapped there if I leave them. Oh, that's the portal? Oh, right, because they said the portal was at the foundry, but I actually made it. Well, I'm still going to leave them behind. There can't be that much shit for us to fight in the maze that we can't do it without Ignis. How do I get you to stay here?
Yes.
Hmm. We'll speak some other time. What? It seems like I maybe pissed him off. Oh no.
Damn it.
Well, that's one way to get Ignis out.
All right.
Oops. Huh, man, he had some dope spells, but... You know what? No, I'm gonna bring him back just in case you're tricking me and this is some turd character in the maze. Day 24. 12, 12, 12, 13. Day 24, 12, 12. There is a reform party option. I remember seeing it. Ah, but where was it? It's on my statistics screen, isn't it?
I will wait for your return.
All right.
All right.
Next stop, portal dimension. You get the feeling you probably ought to make sure you have everything you need. All right, put it away. We didn't make a hard save. We'll make a new save called the very important save. Save. Off we go. You unfold the shimmering metal and immediately it begins crackling with life. It begins forming itself into a metallic circle, hovering in the air. There's something in your possession that has activated this portal. You get the feeling that you probably ought to make sure you have everything you need. You might not be back in Sigil for a long time. I'm fine. Boop.
All right.
Hello?
Find a way out of here before this place grows on us, okay? Literally.
A Trigget? Is that in my journal? A Trigget. Ravel's Black Barbed Maze is said to hold the legendary Night Hag herself, but in the centuries that she's been gone from Sigil, she's had the opportunity to alter her personal maze. Seeds fell from her hair as she traveled through the maze, and the peculiar energies of the maze spawned these creatures, the Triggets. They're essentially sentient trees, and they seem to have a hunger for blood. I actually have to watch my spell slots, because I don't know how long we're in here.
What's up? She has the personality of a patch of razor, but twice as hot. Yeah.
Near death. Young lady, are you just casting shit that we shouldn't? Yep, she's just blowing through spell slots like it's going out of style. Thanks a lot.
Done.
I think that's an option to auto heal, which I turned on by accident. Hello? Booby traps and shit, maybe. Okay, Rebels Maze. Entrance to the Black Barbed Maze. I have a feeling we can't leave of our own free will.
Did you see that?
They're focusing on Anna, but other than that, we're in pretty good shape. It's actually a really bad time to be a mage because I don't want to blow my load and then not be able to sleep. Actually, I guess we can just sleep right now, see if we're allowed.
The clock sings true.
Can I rest here? It's too dangerous to rest here. Shocking. How we doing here? 50,000 for level 11. Man, I'm level 10. That makes a lot of spells very strong, specifically Chromatic Orb. It's violet, so it paralyzes you and petrifies you. Huh. Level 10. Paralysis. Paralysis for 10 to 40 seconds. If we can get him to level 12, then Chromatic Orb seems to be like the magic bullet. And then I gain 5 magic missiles at level 9. I need to cast Magic Missile more.
Done. I'm gone.
Booby trap, whoops. Actually, I want to try it. I'll try just one magic missile. Hope there they all go.
I'm gone.
I think Chromatic Orb's in a bad spot right now because it just debuffs them. Once we get to level 12, it'll transform into a stronger one. Could everybody actually fucking hit this thing? I'm not highlighting everybody. I think she just wasted all her heals there. This is why we have some... Hello, a portal.
I'm a little out of practice, it seems.
I just see that.
Oh, shit. It's that kind of maze. Whoa. Is it respawning the triggets? I'm not sure.
All right.
If these guys spawn infinitely while I'm lost, that's a big problem because I can't sleep.
All right. Endure. In enduring
Playtime is over.
Yeah, just use all your... Let's try to turn that off because she's just wasting all her spell slots. Heal on rest, yes, but don't auto heal.
Done.
I mean, yes, you did heal me, thank you, but if we bump into something super dangerous, we're going to be out of resources. Alright, Mort needs to start taunting these guys.
All right. I'm gone.
Mouse is a little finicky here.
What? You foxy bastard.
Playtime is over.
Yeah, I do have a lot of... Well, I had more charms than I sold them. I only have 27. I only have 27 clots. Alright, you never know. I might need those for later.
What's up, Chief?
Taunt this one so he leaves us alone.
She has the
I'm
personality
hurt.
of a patch of razor vine and twice as ugly.
Oh, it's in my quick bar. I can just do this. We're coming, Mort. I think he was literally in no danger, but... Hopefully I have enough wisdom to tell her what can change the nature of a man.
What's the word, Chief? Stupid yabo.
Playtime
What's
is
up?
over.
Stupid yabo.
Oh, we passed the save that time.
Yeah.
I'm gone.
Alright, maybe she's in the center. Maybe it's that kind of maze. Ooh! Oh! You're plain looking. Oh, okay. The plump hook-nosed crone before you doesn't look like much of a myth. She's outfitted in a simple if dirty brown shirt and leggings with a number of pouches hanging from her frayed belt. She seems oblivious to your presence, more concerned with the tangled black roots woven together to form the floor of the maze than anything transpiring around her. Study her for a moment. A tangle of jagged gray hair juts from beneath the crone's hood, spreading down her shoulders like a mass of twisted gray roots. Sickly blue-gray flesh hangs in loose folds from her face. Her narrow chin, loose, long and sharp, juts forward in an extreme underbite, and two filthy yellow canines protrude from her lower jaw like small tusks. Hello? The crone's voice is thick and scratchy, as if trying to force its way past layers of dust. Her eyes are a dull, bloody red, with black veins running through them like tree branches. As she gazes at you, a strange crawling sensation passes through you, like snakes burrowing beneath your skins. Hello.
Oh, now, my pretty thing. Have you returned at last? You were gone so long. I feared you forgot poor, lonely Ravel.
I did forget for a time. Have you? But what is returned? She squints at you with her black veined eyes and hisses softly. Let Ravel see how you've fared in this life. She reaches out as if to caress you, and you suddenly notice her fingers are talons, each fingernail filthy and wickedly sharp. It's fine. Her ragged talons trace their way across your skin, and in their wake you feel the same strange tingling sensation you felt when Ravel first looked at you. Her eyes dim somewhat, and her talons slide gently along the contours of your face, lingering at your scars. Wait out to get a little sensual. Your hand touches Ravel's cheek as her talons caress your face, and instinctively you mirror her touch. As her talons drag along your left cheek, your fingers drag along hers. Her eyes close and yours follow. It feels strangely familiar and erotic. When your eyes open, it feels as if all the color is bled out of the trees and the maze. Everything is a featureless, dusty, dead gray. Ravel's eyes are still closed, but as you watch, they slowly open, and she smiles, a sad gray smile. You feel words rising to your lips, echoing something you've said in the past in a different place, on another plane. It said you're the greatest of the Grey Sisters, Ravel. I've traveled far to reach you. She nods, but slowly, too slowly, as if through a dream. When she speaks, her words are muted, as if being spoken underwater. But why have you traveled so far? Your need must be great, yet you seem to have brought nothing that would interest me. You must pay for your services. My need is great. My currency is this, a challenge, perhaps an impossible challenge. One I fear is beyond even your abilities. You echo the words, and you feel the manipulation, the subtle twist designed to pull Ravel's strings. Her eyes blaze a fiery gray in the dream memory, and the gray that is eating the landscape seems to ebb from her features. There's nothing that's beyond me, foolish man, nothing. Pose your challenge. I'll hear you. Death waits at the end of life for all men. I need it to wait for me no longer. Can you do this, beautiful Ravel? The vision clears, the gray bleeding away from the maze, until the color resumes, your hand still cupping Ravel's cheek. Her eyes are closed and she sighs. You withdraw it slowly, and after a moment, Ravel's eyes open and she gives a rasping hiss. Yes.
Updated my journal.
Her finger withdraws, and she looks at you sadly. Oh, sad, sad, broken half-thing, all to pieces. She squints at you again. No longer the one Ravel knew are you. Are you still a broken after all this sad time? What do you mean? A body you possess, but a body of knowledge you do not. She points her ragged talon at your chest, at your scars. Many and such scars you have, all scrawled on your skin. Many tales does skin tell. What are you talking about? What tales do my skin tell? Your scars and tattoos shout to me. Here is a man in confrontation with the world. Ravel makes a crooning noise, not unlike a dying bird. Yes, such tales as would shrivel even a hag's ears. Tell me these tales. The tales are many. They echo of balance and imbalance, trials of war, battles with fiendish elements, and a creature that feeds on others from afar to sustain itself, and of torments. Such torments flesh has never known. Balance and balance? Divided in two you were, when your mortality was peeled from you. No longer balanced, much are broken in the separation, both a blessing and a mistake. But more mistake than blessing, Ravel thinks. You took my mortality? Forgotten the how of it I have I? Ravel's gaze dims for a moment, the black veins swimming in her eyes. And even if I remembered it, I would never do it twice. Not forgotten the moment, have I, after the break? Seeing the pain stream from your veins, your cries like a wailing child. Every bit of your being filled with emptiness, terrible even for these eyes. My mortality's gone? Very well. What are these other tales my skin tells? The tales are many. Trials of war? Great, great trials of war. Much too much to be borne by any mortal thing. What war? Where? This war touches all, my precious half-man. There's no place where its caress is not felt. Did it touch you? Her voice drops, almost bitter. To this, Ravel says, I. That would explain the scars. What are these other tales my skin tells? The tales are many. Battles with fiendish elements? Two fiends butt heads, Ravel sniffs as if in contempt. Their tiny heads filled with ideas of how the plains should be, yet can never be, or the plains they'd be no longer. Such foolishness. I don't understand that one. A creature that feeds on others from afar? No base hungers do you feel, but far, far more terrible ones boil beneath your skin, and such a cost hungers? I know not the nature nor the cause of these hungers, but heed this. Coming events cast their shadows before them, my precious half-man. There's no assaying of what these events will be, not even with Ravel's eyes. Uh-huh. What are these torments you speak of?
Updated my journal.
Let me just write it down as you talk. A lodestone pulls iron to it, and so do you, my precious half-man, but it's not iron, but tormented souls. As others suffer, they're drawn to you, and your path becomes theirs. She makes a sweeping gesture. Do you not see them in the eyes of those that have traveled here with you, my companions? Do you wish to explain, Gith? Ravel throws a burning glance at Dakan, tempered with a fanged smile. Vows may prove tighter than any chain, no. The manacles of a race once enslaved, now a slave again. He's silent, but his blade shifts at Ravel's words. The blade darkens, the edge sharpening until the Karach itself seems to carry a horrible malevolence about it. He seems upset. The chattering skull. Ravel doesn't even bother to look at Mort, as if he's beneath her notice. Are the quips enough of a shield for what lies buried inside your brain box? Why speak truths when lies suffice? What do you mean? The abyssal temptress. Ravel sneers, her yellowed fangs piercing her purpled lips as she quints at fall from grace. A skin so fair, lips so rich, eyes that might cause you to forget Ravel herself. Yet she suffers more than any other. When one turns on their nature, many are the torments that arise from such a betrayal. Ravel, I've come to terms with You lie, succubus. Her lips peel back in a snarl. You lie. Do not dare lie to me when your heart is a book to me. Every word you spit screams of torment. Don't be rude to my homies. Ah, she gestures at Anna as if she's for sale upon an auction block. Look upon the feisty tiefling, such fiery hair and voice. Shall I speak of your torment, tiefling? She seems paralyzed, her eyes wide as Ravel turns her black-veined gaze to her. You can see her trembling, her heart beating fast. No, no, I shall not speak of it. Her voice drops, almost in exhaustion, and the smile fades from her face. Grown tired of cruelties and torments, Ravel has. The world is a jagged enough place. She turns to you, her bloody eyes dimmed, and then she sighs. And my precious, precious half-man, for you, the greatest torment of all, life forevermore. Can it be life a cares for you as Ravel does? She gnashes her yellow tusks at a horrid clacking noise. One so brave, so passionate, so terribly lost. Sad, sad. Why did you make me immortal? A puzzle of bone and skin were you, always intriguing, and the most beloved of all who came to me, petitioning, requesting, pleading, pleading for help. Ravel stares hard at you, her black-veined ember eyes narrowing. So hard to see it past the scars, to dig up the man who once was underneath. Can you tell me anything about who I once was? A shadow with substance, a seeking that which casts a light. I know you more and no. Ravel pauses, her eyes dimming. No more than I know the nature of any man. Crossed paths have we, a man tainted with undeath, still feeling the pangs of separation, and an old withered crone, now all imprisoned. Crossed paths? Seems it were a meeting for the first time. No, not. Ravel seems confused for a moment, then shudders as if throwing off a weight. Not at all. An echo of a future meeting this is, or a past meeting, depending on which way time is facing. So this meeting echoes a meeting in the past? The now and then, very similar? So tangled the now and then is, both mirrored in each other once and again. You come before me with a problem, to challenge me for a solution to an impossibility. She hisses at you and her eyes ablaze. Beautiful, ungrateful, beloved man. What was this impossibility I asked you to solve? She doesn't seem to have heard you. She still seems to be in the past, for her eyes dim, as if looking far away. Such fire in your eyes, enough to stir a Grey Lady's heart. Passion to be free, but when freed, the fire in your eyes guttered you. With the separation, your life has shed all meaning, I fear. She smiles with her yellowed fangs, and then clicks them together as if laughing. Mayhap you should sit on your hind legs and limp your forepaws. Mayhap Ravel will give you another scrap of knowing. If begging will bring me answers, then I beg you, Ravel, tell me what you know. A gentled heart now? Ravel's black-veined eyes glint, and the corner of her mouth twists upwards like a snake. Has life softened you? Ah, one can hope. More questions you have. She croons softly, but there's an edge to it, as if she's reprimanding you. But you've already asked so many. Her black-veined eyes take on a curious gleam. The time is for my question now. Very well. Know this and know Ravel's law. If you don't answer my questions, no more of your questions will I answer, my precious man. Step lightly with the answers, or the asking shall tear you apart. Your rules are fair. Ask your questions. I would know why you traveled here with these others. No, not the place you're traveling to. They chose to walk this path with me. Chose? A dangerous word, is it so? Yes. Yes, Ravel throws a black-veined glance at Dakan, her voice like an arrow. Is it choice gith, or is it a matter of two skies? Dakan's blade bleeds into a vicious dead black. I will answer your questions. She turns to... Oh, we just did this. Skull, skull, skull. Ravel clicks her tongue after each word and her smile widens. Your expression is difficult to read without the skin wrapping, but I feel your fear from here. Coming here was not your choice. Well, I didn't have anything better to do except go to one of the ladies' mazes and meet one of the most evil creatures ever to set foot in Sigil, so I said, sure, why not? Be quiet? Mort clacks his teeth. Like the hells I will. I think we've listened to this crone rattler bone box enough. And now that she's got a pair of stones... Saying I haven't got any skin. So what if I don't? Obviously the fact that she has skin has done wonders for her looks. Does she think I like being naked all the time? And another thing. The succubus, did she have a choice? Mayhap in her smooth-skinned mind of soft silks and hard truths, maybe choice. But no, a sensate must experience all, and refuse to come. Not a sensate would you be, no choice. The tiefling, the fiery one? Ravel cackles softly, and her eyes kindle as if amused. No choice at all. When you feel instead of think, there's little room for choice. Anna makes no response. Ravel's mere presence seemed to have silenced her. Her tail has stopped flicking, however, and her eyes have lost their hard edge. Maybe she'll stop talking shit in town. Enough of this. What other questions did you have? There will be enough time for you to speak, my precious man. Ravel taps a talon against one of her yellow tusks. This question next. What do you feel for these that have come with you? Do they matter in your heart? She smiles, black veins dancing in her eyes. Or are they tools for your will? I mean, they are tools. I don't... Really, the only one that's my boy is Dakan, and that's just because we're in the same book club. They follow me for reasons of their own, and their skills I will use. Even the Gith? Ravel's ember gaze falls upon Dakan, then slides off the lock with your eyes again. He means nothing to you. Speak truly. Is he a tool? Perhaps I don't know him well enough yet, although we did read the circle. Ah. Then she smiles again. Does that surprise you? What of the skull? I don't trust him. Curiouser, curiouser. Quite the puzzle box you're shaping up to be. What else lurks in the dark places of your mind? I hide nothing. Ah, Ravel's voice takes on a threatening weight, and she turns to fall from grace, her red eyes blazing. And here's the core of it, the abyssal temptress. Does she rise above the merely carnal to you, or is she something else in your eye? Grace says nothing. She seems to be studying Ravel intently. You're suddenly struck with the feeling Grace is sizing Ravel up for weaknesses. Ravel turns back to you, clacking her yellow tusks as if in anticipation. I could not fall in love with a fucking succubus. I don't trust her yet. Enough of these games. Anna with a sneer. What of this slip of flesh? The fiendling, the tiefling with the scarlet hair and the fiery passion. What is she to you? She doesn't even do a lot of damage. Her brashness is often hard to stand. She glances at Anna, then snorts, her black-veined eyes gleaming. So you would not miss her. Her fiery blood would be a welcome draught to the Triggets. It has been long indeed since they've tasted fiendish blood. She doesn't take her eyes off Anna, but she continues to speak to you. Well, not if she's gonna kill her. I retract my words. Contrary, man. Ravel's eyes smolder and she turns back to you. You see the veins in her eyes have sharpened. Which thought rattles about in your skull now? I spoke falsely. No, I fucking didn't. There's a difference between hating her and getting her killed. I knew not what I said, but I've had enough of death, mine or another, to last several lifetimes. My next question is this. Her voice drops, almost whispering, and suddenly you have a strange feeling she does not want to hear the answer. Why did you wait so long to return to me? The way to this place is difficult. Is the way so hard? A hint of a smile plays on the corners of her mouth. Then your visit is precious, and I give thanks. Have you another question for me? Yes. The third and last question is this. She opens her mouth to speak the final question. You're suddenly gripped with the terrible realization that this final question has murdered many others to whom it has been asked. You know what it is, and you feel it welling up within you, and you feel compelled to ask it. What can change the nature of a man?
Experience has increased my skills.
What can change the nature of a man?
I see you've not forgotten. What is your answer? Death. Show more. Ooh. No. Ooh, that's a... Nothing can change the nature of a man, or she can. You change my nature forever. And that is your answer? The veins in Ravel's eyes begin to shift slightly as she gives an evil smile. Be certain before you say. It's my answer. And that's all I wished for, my precious man. Her smile relaxes. A simple answer, and in the end, many are the men I have laid low while they sought my answer. That's it. Countless times has the question been asked, and not once did the pathetic shells come to afford me answered with their answer, but always sought to creep inside my mind and find what I thought. There's no truth in that. I don't believe you. In fact, I don't think they ever could have answered you true, even if it was true to them. She false, suddenly strangely silent. She's watching you warily. You never cared about any answer other than mine, ever, did you? Yet you still asked the question, knowing that no matter what the answer they gave, they'd die by your hand.
Updated my journal.
Of course your answer was the only one I sought, for you were the only reason I asked the question. Did you think I cared for them? Tuh. Did you think I even cared a fraction of the amount of them that I cared for you, my precious man? Answer me that. I'm through answering your questions, Ravel. Now, I'm okay with answering that one, actually, my secret grammar girlfriend. Of course. Ever questions, ever questions. Why did you make me immortal? It's what you wanted, seedling, and you asked so sweetly. Now, how could Ravel say no to one such as you? Immortality was your solution, and your challenge to me. My solution? But why? I don't know, seedling. Time has chipped away at my memories as well, it would seem. If you remember, tell me. I'm curious myself. It must have been something important. Isn't it in the nature of man to want to live forever? Only if what lies on the other path carries greater pain. Ah, good call, homie. This is very important. Do you have any idea why I asked you to do it? Death was a thing you needed to dodge. An easy thing to say, mayhap, but to do it is not. Immortality, even with its flaws, was the best solution this withered mind could untangle, yet... Lead is not easily a change to gold, but it is possible. Though the unwise... Ravel. If water can be drawn from blood, mortality can be taken from a mortal, peeled back like a sticky film. So you pulled it off? The gulf between man and unman is great. You traveled the distance. I provided the means, but you crossed on your own. Ravel slaps her head and rakes her hand through her hair. Bad, Ravel. Mortals are too flawed to be made to last. Still they break. They must be dragged kicking and screaming into an unhealthy new mold. So the ritual was flawed. Shortcuts must be made, and they can break the molded, for it's not always the mold that breaks, but the substance poured within it. Force something into a shape that it was not meant to be, and it breaks. I thought the material was of stronger stuff, but you've been broken. But I am immortal. Surely that was a success. You've survived long, immortal one, but you've become the prey of the creature that is life. She cups her hands, then reverses it, forming a canopy with her hands. The body's but a hut for the soul, but now no one dwells in your hut. What went wrong with the ritual? Puzzle-fleshed, broken, beautiful, beautiful mortal man. The ritual was not a finished thing. Ravel's brows wrinkle, and her talons pick at her hair, tugging on a lone strand. The ritual gave you what you wanted, but great were the costs, the casting of shadows, the quiet, violent deaths of the mind, and the pain-taking emptiness. These things, dangerous are in such a fragile vessel. No matter how strong a mortal man, regret them, and the ritual do I. Casting of shadows? Ungrateful shades, but ungrateful without cause? The shades, they hate you, nameless one, for they're fathered by you, your children. Once forsaken, they'll never forgive. They'll do everything they can to destroy the parent. Such is the way of children. How can I father shades? Uh-oh. Okay. You cast shadows on existence, nameless one. With every death, a shadow arises fresh from the fields of your flesh. They wander for a time, but they always return, looking to murder their parent. Such is the way of many offspring. She purses her lips in disapproval, then suddenly pokes you in the chest with a talon. And thankless young men such as yourself, tell me about this ritual. The ritual gave you what you wanted, but great were the costs, the casting of shadow, the quiet, violent death of the mind. 1,000 deaths, and you recover from each. Not so the mind. The mind is much more fragile. Its scars run deep and do not heal. The brain is encased in a hard-boned shell, difficult to breach, but with no defense against that which eats it from within. Tell me more about the ritual. The ritual gave you what you wanted, but great were the costs. Paintaking emptiness? You have a hole where? Where your mortality once lay within your shell. She makes her hand into a fist and shakes it. Rattle, rattle goes the hollow man, a baby's plaything, with naught but a tiny stone that clatters and clacks in your frame. Despite these problems, it seems like the ritual worked. Dear diary, or did it? Do you doubt, Ravel? Of course I delivered on what was promised. Not long after the spell had drew to a close, I killed you to see if it had worked. You struggled so, but I kept my grip tight and watched you die your first of many deaths. She clacks her teeth. Then I learned its flaws. What flaws? Ego unwraps us like a prison. Forgot I did that it oft-times serves as a shield. My pretty, pretty thing, there's much wisdom and understanding in the truth that life is a preparation for the ultimate goal, death. Our life is a means by which we learn how to die. If we forget such things, I lose my memories when I die. Unfortunate. Without the mortality to hold such memories tight, the shell of a body is... You took my mortality from me. Is it still intact? She seems surprised and alarmed. Yes. Yes. Fear not for a broken mortality if you're here. Here talking to me, intact your mortality must be. Such a thing cannot be destroyed as long as you exist. You're an anchor of your mortal soul. As long as you're intact, so shall it be. Made to last are you. Ravel smiles and gives a wheezing laugh. For life swallowed you and spit you out. It swallowed him, but I don't know if it came out that end. Enough of this. You took my mortality from me, and it's caused more harm than good. I would take it back now. You've had it over long, I think. You make a demand? Ravel's black-veined eyes sharpen and twist, taking a disturbing awareness, and she bares her yellow fangs. No, no, no. That I will not do. What is undone cannot be done. Give me back my mortality or I shall kill you. Let's not jump the gun here, dialogue window. Why not? Ravel cannot give such a thing to you, my precious man, for Ravel has nothing to give. I never possessed you or your mortality. Though I wish to keep them both in my garden as selfish affection's keepsakes, trace the patterns of your flesh, But such things Ravel could not bring herself to do. Why not? You loved him? Anna breaks her silence. You loved him. She gives a low, wide smile. Is it so hard for you to believe, fiendling? She cackles softly to herself. Does Ravel, being Ravel and thus a myth, not deserve to carry such a feeling in her black, brambled heart? No creature is undeserving of such a feeling, Ravel. The histories do not paint such a compassionate picture of you, however. The past is the past, and histories care little for speaking the truth of it. She frowns, then her voice drops slightly, threateningly, as she studies Grace. The feeling brushed me, yes, and now hold your silvered tongue, abyssal daughter. I need not your soft words to cloud the air here. The man and I shall speak, and you shall bow out of this. I shall attend to you shortly. Where's my mortality? I feel like I fucking sold my soul to Millhouse here. I don't know, sweet thing, but if I were you, I'd get it back quick, quick. No telling what horrible things someone could do to you if they held your mortality for ransom. Ravel clicks her talons together. It'd be like holding someone's sweet, succulent soul. A puppet dancing on someone's strings, would you be? And a most sad puppet, too. Know where it is, I do not. You don't know where it is. Do you know someone who does know where it is? She smiles horridly, her tusks gleaming. Clever, clever you are. There is another who might know the things Ravel does not. Who? Her eyes dim, as if staring at something in the distance. And her voice slows. A fair-skinned one, must you ask? An angel, a deva, one who soars on the wings of morning, and with its hands is the architect of horizons. He lies beyond my keeping, in another cage, in another prison. In his knowing is the knowing of what you wish to know. Ask him your questions. Listen to his answers and use them as guides. Where is he?
Updated my journal.
Holy shit, 180,000. In a leaving this prison, to another cursed prison will you arrive, though it may not appear as such to casual glances. Step lightly, and find the golden link in the ever-shortening chain. The light shall give the dark on the matter. A new path shall open to you. All right, thank you. Of the past, I am not held to particulars. You're fortunate to receive anything, O caustic one. It's just that the chain of who knows what and where they are never seems to be a smooth series of links. Ah, she smiles, holding up one of her talons. And that's why you must keep each link safe. For if they're not smooth now, imagine what the chain will look like when more links shatter. Time and death are not as patient with others as they are with you. What are you saying? What if one of your precious links was to die? And what if you forgot yourself again? What would you do then? Where would your stolen mortality be then, if it was to be lost forever? For there would be no one left to ask how to reach it. Tracing your path would become harder, mayhap impossible. All right, I gotta go. Hold. Her voice drops to a low hiss like that of a serpent. The most important question you have yet to ask, my precious man. Has it occurred to you yet? How do I get out? I know the branchings of this place, the twistings and bendings and burrowings. Though there are no leaves here, one may take their leave when they wish it, so you do know how to leave. Wrap your hands about you like branches, make them encircle your chest like a cage. Step from the edge of the maze into the darkness, and into another cage your body shall go. A simple leaving, but there is no return when that final step is taken, so take heed, and take what you need before you take this step. Which edges of the maze do I leave by? Which a question posed to the witch. Which? One of the edges knows not I. The remembering of which has failed me, and the edges of the maze have had little to say on the matter. You've known how to leave all this time? Why didn't you leave? Why stay when one can leave is your question to me. Ravel breaks into a crooked smile, displaying a row of fangs. I turn the question upon its head and send it scurrying back to you. The answer lies not in the staying or the leaving, but in the causes and reasons, my precious half-man. Don't you want to leave? It is a want, a once want, but not a now want, and more a not a want. What do I need that lies beyond my brambled walls? It's a cruel, jagged world beyond the edges of this maze, and Ravel has pulled enough of its shards from her skin. Okay. As you're about to utter your farewell, you suddenly feel a crawling sensation in your skull, and you notice that Ravel's black-veined eyes have taken on a strange, predatory fire. You're not going to let me leave, are you? A perceptive question, yet it's not the real question. Her voice takes on a strange whisper. Very sad that sends a faint echo through your mind. The question is, do you wish to leave me, half-man? It's your home, not mine. What's the sweetest sweet talk way out of here? It's important to find out all I can about myself. I have to find all the links before they break. That's what you fucking said. There's a terrible shimmering in the air around Ravel, and the sound of snapping twigs and cracking tree limbs, and the horrid sound of trees bending and splintering. Ravel's lips peel back and her voice becomes shrill, like a howling wind. What do you know of knowing, half-man? Know this. Know that you'll stay here until the end days in my bramble gut, you bitch. I shall not let you leave. I have the power to keep you here, and I shall use it. My black-barbed mace shall not allow you to travel beyond it while I live, my precious, precious man. Allow me passage, and I shall return to visit you. Return? Return as you claimed you would so long ago while I did come back. You shall not lie. All right, we're just going to have to fucking kill her, which sucks.
In your place, half-man. Humility is in order.
You're going to attack like a bitch.
I feel stronger.
Oh, I'm missing a bunch of health, actually. I shouldn't have been talking shit. Let's go with some more wisdom, I guess. Apparently I can't go over 110. Open doors, I guess? Mort, how we doing? 12 hit points? Plus 5 lore, although I'm smart enough to identify most things myself. She got 8. Okay.
I hear your words.
Everybody start blowing your load.
Huh?
I'm listening.
Then I will run for my fucking life.
I'm gone.
Uh-oh.
Attend me, my pets.
No problem. I know Cloud Kill. She just kept casting stuff while I was casting Cloud Kill. Mistakes were made. Okay, we're fine, we're fine. What else do I got that's gross? Force missiles. Really wish I brought Ignis here.
Hear you.
Actually, no, just give yourself the crit and run at her.
Why not?
Backstabber.
Like left or dab.
I'm here.
Protection from evil. Surrounds the recipient of the spell, which would be me.
Begging to be kicked.
I can't tell if the taunt worked.
In all things.
Oh wait, I want just magic missile because it hits a bunch. I assumed I'd be able to sweet talk my way out of this with my 22 wisdom, but I guess she has to die no matter what. Just give him a little thwack with the hammer, I guess.
Women are the reason I became a monk. And, the reason I switched back.
Lend me strength.
I can't tell if that was spiritual hammer. I should probably just keep eating these charms. Give him another magic missile. Actually, Mort's doing pretty bad here.
See that?
It is I.
You've still got your super crit. Are you there backstabbing? Or no, I just told you to move there. Whoops. Is she badly injured? Yep, I think we're fine here unless she one-shots me. Yeah, I think what was the hot tip my friend told me? Nick told me that Litany of Curses actually makes you auto-attack instead of casting magic, so that's probably why we're doing so good. It's great for screwing over mages, it turns out. Actually, I need to look at Force Missile again. Yeah, hits no matter what, so I should be using that. Yeah, Force Missile there.
Yes.
Everybody else is still thwacking away. Actually, I think we lost it. Let's spray us again. Are you near death, young lady? In hindsight, I probably should have cast Protection from Evil on Mort since the taunt landed. Ball lightning, perhaps? 32,000 experience. We just gave her a fatal dose of electricity. I don't need to pass my spell save because I'm Ravel Puzzlewell. And the shadows are coming for me even though I have the fucking stone equipped. A lot of shadows, Jesus. Alright, what kind of fucking wacky tobacky hag shit did she have on her? A bunch! Black sphere, we can see what that does. Heart charm, a necklace, her eyeball. Used, not usable by priests, alright. 2 to 7 plus 2 to 12. This twisted fingernail of extruded night hag skin has got to be one of the ugliest things you've ever seen. Its mottled green, red, and black surface is almost a foot long, and it seems like it was used alternately as a scratching aid, nose-picking tool, and gardening trowel. Looking at it makes you wish that Raoul did chew her nails, or at least had a nail file with her in the maze. Not the tongs. What's the eyeball? This slitted red eyeball makes you uncomfortable just looking at it. I can identify it with my last thing of recall. Invokes Black Barbed Shield. I don't know what that is. Black Sphere. Alright, what does this do? This spell illustrates the power of force. As a wave of concussive force explodes out in 10 feet. The spell allows the caster to create a black sphere of force, which explodes and causes 1 to 4 points of damage, plus 1 per caster level, so that's... What am I, like 13? To all creatures within range. Creatures failing a saving throw are trapped. Even if they make the throw, they take damage. Hello, level 4. That's like a better Force Missile. Well, actually, Force Missile might be good for single target, but... Oh, that's a lot of cloud kills I can equip now. Fire and Ice. I want 1 cloud kill and then 1 fire. Actually, no. 1 cloud. I should only have to kill 1 screen of shit each day. Take another Elysium's Tears. I'll take an Infernal Orb. Oh no. Ignis's Terror. Flee from the area. I should just look up later what Missile of Patience does. There must be a trick to it. It was hidden in the circle, but if it's actually a dud spell, we'll just go back to Reign of Anger. Alright, she's got her shit. Alright, now we just got to fight our way out of Wacky Shadow Maze, but it is about time to wrap up, so I guess we can just stop here. Can I rest? Of course I can't. So we're a little low on spells from our hag battle, but we might be okay. I want to use my... It's a minor artifact, plus 2 charisma. I resist a bunch of stuff. I lose wisdom, so things I won't be wearing. A well-known and respected fiend from the lower planes, Kalemdar was a member of the Fated faction in Sigil. His businesses were spread far and wide, and it was said he had a glittering touch for every enterprise he undertook was successful. He planned carefully, took few risks, and prospered. Occasionally he was forced to collect on debts, which could be bloody undertakings, but in the end he always received his payments. One day, one of his debtors came to Kalimdar and told him he could not settle his debt with coin, but would provide something of greater worth if the fiend was interested. The man was a hedge wizard of little power, but he claimed he knew the ways of blessing a businessman's eye so that no opportunity would ever escape his sight. Kalimdar, both greedy and intrigued, agreed to accept the enchantment as payment. It worked. Too well, as perhaps the wizard has intended. Kalimdar's enchanted eye soon saw opportunities everywhere, too many to be exploited, and many others did the fiend not know how to take advantage of. What his blessed eye saw his hands made broken. Every opportunity he tried to take advantage of, his ineptitude mangled. His businesses fell apart, his financial empire crumbled. He soon found himself in debt to his fellows, who had little sympathy for their former competitor. Kalimdar, unable to bear this reversal of fortune, finally plucked the offending eyeball from his socket and placed it within a cube of glass upon his mantelpiece. Then one day, it vanished. It said the eyeball itself found better opportunity as a free agent, but this has never been proven. Yeah, so we can't sleep. We're a little low on spell slots, so hopefully shadows are weaker than, powerful night hags. But next week, we'll try to find the way to the Angel's Maze, and we'll be on our way. Uh-oh. Oh, they're fighting the tree people. That's fine. I'm sure that's fine. We'll find out next time if it's fine. I'll see you then.